This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Queen Studios of New York. Red Panty Night. Who's going to get some with Conor McGregor? We're going to talk about it. UFC Fight Week on ESPN Plus 27. Benavidez versus Figueiredo. We got Kaleb Harris. We got Jason Showers. We got MMA news with the MMA-Holes. Yes. All right. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, what episode is this, Jesse? I see 7. What are we on? 8? Okay, let me change
8.
that real quick.
Yes.
Okay.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Everyone's wonderful. Wonderful, of course. Jess, how are you?
Wonderful.
I am wonderful as well, Moss. Waiting for some big news, but I'm having a good night, I think. Are you having a good night?
Yeah, I was, but I got to do something real quick. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Moss is unprepared today. Everything.
No, it's not that.
Uh-oh. Oh, just the fan. The fan's too loud. It's just the fan, guys. Eddie Franco says, good, nice hairstyle, Ms. Jesse. Thank you. I have this pretty much every other show now. I've gotten lazy. Drunk, who do you think Conor fights next and when, says Clocks.
Oh, I didn't even do the thumbnail.
What do you mean?
I didn't put the thumbnail on here.
Oh, I emailed it, so it's right there if you need it.
Oh, man. I was running late today, and, everything's not scheduled and set up, so I'm going to show you how I do something real quick. We have a big show tonight. We have 2 friends, an old friend from the very, very beginning, Jason Showers, who's fighting this weekend at Premier FC, and we have Kaleb Harris coming in from his big fight at Bare Knuckle FC, and I mean, that was it's probably going to be fight of the year. Fantastic stuff, that Kaleb Harris fight. So let's do this, okay? All right, so this is the thumbnail screen over here. Now, people listening on Podbean and iTunes, yeah, you're not going to see what we're doing, but you get rid of this, okay? Okay, and then you put this on like this. There it is. And you put it on there and you just throw it right over there. There you go. Just like that. And that's behind the scenes. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, who gets the red panty night is the main topic. Conor McGregor, he should be fighting around summertime. They've been throwing some people in front, on the table of who it could be. And who knows? Who knows at this point? Khabib is tied up with Tony Ferguson. And Justin Gaethje is in the mix of the sweepstakes. Maybe Tony Ferguson, if he beats Khabib, maybe he's in the mix. Masvidal, who is supposedly fighting Usman, but we don't know if that's happening. There's a lot of people out there. Even Manny Pacquiao is a name that is out there to fight the notorious one. So does he wait? Does he take a fight? Right off the bat, I'm just going to give it to you. I like Justin Gaethje a lot. I want to see that fight. As a McGregor fan, I would like to see this fight because I just want people to see that there's levels to this game. And I feel Conor McGregor is on another level, and he would not be an easy night for Justin Gaethje. A lot of people are saying Gaethje would run him over, and I understand why. Mm-hmm. Gaethje is a beast. He's on a 2-fight knockout streak. The guy is it 2 or 3, Jess? I mean, you're the Gaethje guy.
Let's see. James Vick.
Think about it. Vic. Yes. Who else? Who was the last one? I'll check it out right now because I can't remember. I don't know. I'm having a mental fart right now.
Is it 3?
But you're supposed to know. You're the Gaethje guy.
I love Gaethje, but I don't know. Is it 3?
Damn, Jesse. Help her out in the chat. They're saying it's 3.
3?
Justin Jr. Let me refresh my memory over here. Barboza was 1, right?
James Vick,
and I can't remember the other one.
Who's the third one?
Come on, Jess. Think. Why can't you remember?
The third one.
I'll put them up right now. Damn, Jesse. I thought you were the highlight. Oh, Jesus Christ. Another thing's wrong.
Oh, no, it's right there. Oh.
God damn it.
Got a little messed up.
Cowboy?
Cowboy.
It's crazy.
Cowboy.
That's right, Jesse. Cowboy Cerrone was the last fight.
How could I forget?
I tell you what, man.
I do love him, though. I gotta love Gaethje.
I think I'm getting Alzheimer's disease.
Why?
I can't remember anything anymore.
That's okay.
Like, I don't know what's going on. Alzheimer's is not okay, Jess.
Nobody expects you to remember everything.
I have MMA Alzheimer's. I can't remember shit anymore.
That chick in that video gets the red panty night. Conor gonna change her bum life so she will stop posting videos of him sleeping in her bed. Conor, my guy. You gotta control these hoes. You're supposed to keep them locked up in the house like R. Kelly SMH.
That video that we did on it, we were getting nailed left and right from people putting claims on it. Conor apparently wants that thing off the air. I mean, which leads me to believe more and more that it is McGregor. But who cares, right?
Conor McGregor.
I just don't understand why they're freaking out. Just who cares? He was sleeping. Nothing showed him doing anything wrong. He was taking a nap. Justin Gaethje, 21-2-0, came into the UFC. And everyone's like, oh, this guy could be the dude. Michael Johnson getting the win, then taking the loss to Alvarez and Poirier, who Conor knocked out. After that, James Vick, Edson Barboza, Cowboy Cerrone all took the L's from Gaethje. So Gaethje looking to go 4 in a row. Or maybe wait to fight the winner of Khabib Ferguson.
Yes.
Jess, your opinion on this situation?
So, I don't know where all this controversy is coming from with the whole Gaethje Conor thing, if I had to be perfectly honest. I love the fight. I think it makes the most amount of sense for Conor's next fight. If they don't want Conor to wait to set up a fight until the till the Khabib Ferguson fight, who better than Justin Gaethje? So to me, it makes perfect sense. I don't know why anybody's complaining. Although I will say Ali Abdelaziz did reach out to, I think, MMA Junkie and squashed the idea of Conor Gaethje and also squashed the idea of Conor Khabib, which was interesting. So he's saying that neither of those fights are going to happen, but it's pretty clear here that they're trying to really push Gaethje into this fight, and I'm cool with it. I don't have any problems with it. I think it's silly for people. I think this is just another case of MMA fans just searching for something to get into an uproar about because there can never be no drama.
Well, I think Khabib's out of the picture right now because he has to fight Ferguson first. We don't know who's going to win that fight. I mean, a lot of people are going to say Khabib. Mm-hmm. I think Tony's got it. But regardless of the fact, I don't think Khabib's coming back by summertime. So how long are you going to shelf Conor McGregor? Exactly. The only other option would be a Manny Pacquiao fight where he goes to boxing.
Okay, so I have an article on that too that they had mentioned.
Yeah, so that's the only other option, but I would love to dead that immediately.
Yeah, it's not, well, if it might happen down the road because they do want to intertwine the sports, but it's not happening anytime soon.
I don't think it should be next. Conor gets the big win over Cowboy Cerrone. A tune-up fight, as some may say. I don't know. Anyway, he gets that win, finishes him very quickly. I would like to see him back in the MMA cage. I would like to see him like 3 fights MMA and then look into boxing. Or maybe 4 fights. I don't even give a shit about Conor boxing, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I couldn't give 2 shits. GSP, Sasquatch is saying in the chat. I brought up GSP too. If he's fighting at 170, why not?
There's no word of GSP coming back.
There's not. But why is he not in the mix? I mean, he retired.
Because he's retired. That's why.
He really didn't.
He did. He
really
said
didn't.
it would have to be the right circumstances for him to come back. And honestly, I don't see that being the circumstance that he wants.
Have you ever seen a mixed martial artist retire like GSP retired?
GSP made it very, very clear that the circumstance would be Khabib at the weight class he wants.
Yeah, but he says it's got to be right. I was watching that press conference, and I'm looking at GSP, and I'm saying to myself, this guy's not retired. He's saying he's retired, but he's saying, if the opportunity comes up, I need to take a vacation and do whatever the hell he's doing.
No, he had a retirement press conference.
It was bullshit.
And I believe he is retired and just likes to stay in decent shape. And I do think that there's a part of him that thinks Khabib might be around the corner, but he's not going to, no other fight is going to appeal to him the way Khabib will appeal to him.
Man, I think you're out of your mind. Wait, you're saying to me he'd rather fight Khabib than Conor?
I'm not saying he wouldn't rather fight Conor. I'm saying that if he had the choice between Khabib and Conor,
which would be an easier fight for him?
I think he thinks Khabib would be an easier fight for him because he can match Khabib's wrestling.
What? Drunk Savage.
If Conor wants another tune-up, maybe RDA at 170.
They were supposed to fight, and maybe, but RDA coming off of all those L's, it doesn't look really good anymore. So I don't know. But I see what you're saying there. They were supposed to fight at one point. You think that GSP thinks Khabib is. Do you want to rethink this before you
Not
say? Not
necessarily the easier fight. If we're gonna go easier, Conor's easier because Conor can't wrestle. So GSP would take him down. It'd be over like that. It'd literally be a remake of Khabib Conor.
I think, yeah.
But I think GSP truly believes that Khabib is an easy fight for him and could make him look like a freaking god in front of MMA fans. So he'd be more likely to take that.
You know what I think? I think that he was wanting to fight Conor before the Khabib thing. And the Conor thing just seemed like it was never going to happen. Now with Conor running around at 170, you think GSP would rather fight Khabib? Khabib has no business with 170. Khabib wants to fight at 155. He wants GSP to come back down to 155.
Yes, but GSP
no
said
sense.
on his terms. He said on his terms he would come back.
Yeah, so he's not coming back for Khabib. He'd come back for Conor.
Yeah, he would. I'm not saying he wouldn't. I'm saying I think he would rather Khabib simply because Khabib, to MMA fans, is the tougher opponent for GSP. And GSP, I think, knows that he can take Khabib out. And if he does that, that makes GSP look phenomenal in front of MMA fans. They'd be like, oh, GSP's the real GOAT.
You're going to go to sleep. So now you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
All right, Chrome.
I love Gaethje. He is one of my favorite fighters to watch, but he will get bit worse than Rodney King did if he fights Conor. He folded taking shots from Dustin and Eddie. No way he will be able to continue to take shots from Conor. Conor should fight WB.
There you go. What, Wonder Boy? Or
Wonder Boy.
Who should he fight? WB?
Wait, Conor should fight Wonder Boy?
He says WB. Who else is WB?
Yeah, it's Wonder Boy, right?
I mean, who's Wonder? Is it? I'm assuming he's saying Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy.
Man, I agree with Chrome. I really think it would be a rough night for Justin Gaethje to fight Conor. That's why I want to see the fight. So yeah, he's saying it is Wonder Boy. So there you go. It's confirmed, Jesse. It is Wonder Boy. I don't have the sound thing queued up. I don't know where the fuck it is. I got too much shit on
It's
it.
underneath the Skype thing.
Yeah, and I can't X out of that.
Okay.
Damn it. Son of a bitch. All right, anyway. Yeah, so I think he's right. I think it'd be a long night for Gaethje. Actually, no, not really. I think Conor would run him over. Conor would run him over. A lot of people were saying Conor would run over Gaethje when they do fight.
Get the fuck out of here.
You said the same thing about Cowboy.
Get the fuck out of here. No,
you said Cowboy's going to win.
Gaethje is an entirely different fighting style than Cowboy. Yes, I did think Cowboy was going to win, and I knew there was a risk picking Cowboy. Do I think there's as much of a risk picking Gaethje? Probably not. There's still a risk there. Not as much of a risk as Cowboy. Cowboy was on a losing streak. Cowboy was not doing well. It was easy to argue Cowboy was falling out of his best days. So Gaethje, you cannot argue that one bit. Gaethje has been on a fucking run.
Okay, what proves to you that Gaethje can beat Conor? Because all I see is he got knocked out by two guys that Conor knocked out easily.
Gaethje can be knocked out. It's very clear. Like, we've seen his chin is not all there. And I do believe that when someone's been knocked out, that they don't really have that capacity to stay on their feet for as long if they get hit the right way. So I am open to the idea that Conor could knock Gaethje out.
Conor will knock him out. It's not he can. He will.
I think Gaethje is starting to learn that he can't just go into every fight headstrong, not protecting his face. If you notice in his last two fights, he has completely changed up his fighting style, and I think that's really gonna. And Gaethje is a way better wrestler than Conor will ever be.
When was the last time you seen? I know Gaethje has that wrestling background.
You say this every time I bring it up.
You bring it up, he never shows it.
Of course he doesn't, because he likes to stay on the feet. But if he knows, if his coaches tell him, and if he knows that he has that advantage over someone like Conor McGregor, because he's seen Conor McGregor get submitted more than one time by multiple fighters, of course he's going to try and take him to the ground. Of course he's going to take him to the ground. There's no doubt about it. He might not do the whole fight on the ground, but I guarantee at least one time you'll see Gaethje try and take Conor down.
This is why I want to see Conor McGregor fight Justin Gaethje. This would be the easiest pick of my MMA-Holes career. It is easy work. Like, I mean, I don't even see any way Justin Gaethje wins unless he does dig into his wrestling bag of tricks. But we've seen Conor stuff the takedown. He can. This is not Khabib. This is Justin Gaethje, who is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But when you're talking Khabib, you're talking Conor, you're talking Tony Ferguson, you're talking, the upper echelon of the 155ers. Justin's not beating those guys.
Justin's going to beat Conor. I can tell you that much.
Goodness. Let's see what the chat says, because this is delusional.
Alam Alvarez says Pettis quits. Moss just stopped this act. It says Casey Schaefer.
Listen, Casey, it's a fact. Conor McGregor, you could mark my words. Conor McGregor will destroy Justin Gaethje. Will destroy him. Justin will look lost out there. What are you gonna say? The leg kicks? What are you gonna say? What is Justin gonna do? He's going to come in there.
Wait until fight briefing.
And he's going to try to bum rush
Moss.
Conor, and Conor's going to crack him. And Gaethje's going to be like, what the hell just happened?
Tune into fight briefing, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday nights. When the Gaethje Conor fight comes up, the fight briefing for that will be fucking amazing.
Casual.
Oh, I want this fight. Please, MMA gods.
It's going to happen. I think
if
it's
you're
gonna
up
happen.
there, and I know you're a big MMA-Holes fan, make Conor McGregor fight Justin Gaethje just so I could laugh. I could just laugh on my way to the fight. After the fight, this will be the easiest victory ever for me.
No, not the easiest. The
Ever.
easiest victory for you
I will laugh.
was
Please.
Conor Cowboy.
Where's my McGregor people in that? We know what's up. We know what's up. Back to the chat.
Okay. There can be some great D's made right now with GSP Conor and Khabib GSP would beat Khabib. He is a great wrestler, but Conor may clip GSP with a left hook, says Weedy Guitar Studio. Eduardo says, before Cowboy, I thought like JBH. Now I think Mac wins. Listen, it's easy to say, but you have to remember, Cowboy was already on a losing streak before he went into that fight, and there were a lot of people arguing that Cowboy might have been past his days and might still be past his days. When does Cowboy retire? Would he throw in the gloves after the Conor fight? And he never did. But all those things you have to take into account to assume that Cowboy would have lost that fight. And they would not give Conor a fight that they did not think Conor would win. Not for his first fight returning after losing to the champion of the lightweight division. So it's easy to, there's a lot of easy arguments for why he won against Cowboy. And I would never use that as an assumption for his later fights.
So you're basing this on, he took out Cowboy Cerrone quick, so did Conor McGregor, right? Edson Barboza, who is a beast, Edson, but Justin Gaethje handled him real quick. I mean, but is Edson a champion? Is Edson, or is he a gatekeeper?
He's
Is he a
freaking
gatekeeper?
good, Edson.
Is he a gatekeeper, or is he a champ?
Yeah, I could argue he's a gatekeeper.
One of the
sure.
hardest kickers ever. But he's a gatekeeper,
listen,
correct?
I get it. Yeah, I could 100% say he's a gatekeeper.
Okay, so
because
you
the
have,
UFC is not looking to
you
push
have
him up.
two gatekeepers in Cowboy Cerrone and Edson Barboza, and then before that you have James Vick. Okay, think about this.
But Barboza's good.
What are you basing this off of?
Barboza was Dan Hooker's toughest fight. Barboza was one of Felder's toughest fights.
There's no information here that
And
says
for
he beats
Justin
Conor.
Gaethje to knock Edson Barboza out is still an incredible win. Also for him to take that TKO on Donald Cerrone is insane, because Donald Cerrone, albeit we have seen his worst days, we've also seen his best, and he's not the easiest opponent to fight. I think the only one that you could really give would be James Vick, because James Vick does not have a chin on him at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was an easy knockout for Gaethje, so I wouldn't really give him the most credit for that one. But the last two fights are easy argues, you know? So all I'm saying is, it's there.
COVINGTON. Yeah, baby, Chrome.
How do we know Gaethje has really changed his style? His last 3 fights ended early in the first round. He hasn't showed me anything. Both Poirier and Alvarez was lighting Gaethje up the longer the fight went on and ended up finishing him. Conor will KO in 1.
Okay, Jess, what do you think?
I don't take it. I don't take any of it into consideration. Like I said, when I do fight briefing, I'm gonna do like the most research, because I know that this is gonna get shit on a lot, this pick, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like Conor. So I'm gonna do everything I can to pick out every single point as to why Gaethje is going to win. And maybe I'm reaching because I'm gonna have to do that much research.
By the time fight briefing comes, you will pick Conor McGregor. I guarantee it. I mark my words.
Gus,
and if you don't, it's just you being stubborn.
It's not about it's not about stubbornness. So you have to understand, there have been fights where my favorite fighters, like Darren Till, I've picked against. So I'm fully fair. I know I can be biased when I'm watching the fights, but when I fight brief, I am fully fair.
Okay.
So if I think Conor will win, I would say Conor, but I genuinely think Justin Gaethje would win this fight.
Now, Justin Gaethje, the highlight, let me say this. I do not want to discredit what he's done. Justin Gaethje is so much fun to watch. He really is. Like, anytime this man fights, within the UFC or wherever he fights, until he's done fighting, I will always watch a Justin Gaethje fight, because this guy is so much fun. He just goes in there and he's like, let's go. That's it. And then he's doing his backflip off the top of the cage. I love this guy. He's a lot of fun to watch. When we're talking about a matchup here, I just don't see how it happens. I really can't just put that into my brain. Anyone has a puncher's chance, and Gaethje does have a damn good fucking punch. He's got a damn good kick too. I mean, the kick is probably something that he would really have to utilize, because this guy could chop you down. But He did go to a decision with Nick Newell, and Nick Newell has one arm. Just saying, and I love you, Nick. I love you.
Oh, man.
But Nick took him to a decision. Nick Newell has one arm and took Justin Gaethje to a decision. Check it out. Run it back.
And when was that, Moss? When was that?
Many moons ago, but it happened.
Yeah,
Conor has never went to a decision with a one-arm man.
That is the worst argument I've ever heard.
So take that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh, my God.
All right, Jesse. Let's play a word from our sponsors real quick before we get our guests in. We're going to have Jason Showers come in 3 minutes. He's fighting at Premier FC this weekend. We haven't had him on in forever. When we started this channel, he was one of our first guests on this show, so we're bringing him back, digging him up, put him in front of your face. We can introduce him to you. Kaleb Harris is coming after him as well, and we have a lot of MMA news to get to. Jesse, Mystic Roots.
Mystic Roots is a boutique organic hemp farm located in the Pacific Northwest. Mystic Roots provides the type of quality and product that you will absolutely not find in those old CBD companies. All of Mystic Roots products are homegrown on a trusted Oregon farm and completely organic, so you don't have to worry about those extra fillers or additives that those other CBD companies don't tell you about. Visit Mystic with the link in the description and get free shipping on any order over $35, as well as the best quality flowers, edibles, extracts, and cosmetics. Use promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, for up to 15% off your entire order. Ever since we started using Mystic Roots, we've never wanted to turn back to any other CBD company. Once again, visit Mystic Roots with the link in the description using promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get up to 15% off your entire purchase.
Oh, yeah. Mystic Roots is... Now, I did a test.
Okay.
We have one winner. Okay. And I was hoping that you would pick this up, too. He did finish Nick Newell. He finished Nick Newell, but I was waiting. I was saying decision with a one-arm man. I was waiting to see if someone would go out there. He did finish him in the second round. Boss Koger, you win, buddy. You win. Oh,
You're just acting like that because you got caught.
No, it is the truth. It is the truth. But here's the thing.
He's saying that
Conor would have finished him in one round. He would have finished him in one. He would have smoked him in one.
Just because you're not betting.
That's right.
Mean you can't bet on MMA and UFC. Bet2Cyber's online wagering and has been paying winners for 20 years. Use the link in the description with promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get a 200% bonus match as well as $25 as a welcome bonus today. We play there ourselves, and we play there ourselves and recommend Bet2Cyber if you want to add some exciting fights or We play there ourselves and recommend Bet2Cyber if you want to add some exciting fights or any other sports you are watching. Once again, go to Bet2Cyber with the link in the description below using promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get a limited time 100% bonus offer as well as $25 as a welcome bonus to make some extra cash from the sports you know and love. It's only a game until you bet it at Bet2Cyber.
Link in the description.
Do you put your body to the test day in and day out? Do your muscles feel so stressed and fatigued that it hurts just to get out of bed in the morning? Whether you are a rigorous athlete or a hard worker, you want to buy a massage gun that provides the best therapy in the market. Theragun provides an all-in-one massage and recovery tool. Theragun helps you release muscle tension, soreness, and recover faster. Use the link in the description below and start using a deep muscle massage treatment unlike anything you've ever felt. Again, head over to theragun.com/holes and get a $40 saving with 2 free attachments and start feeling better, moving better, and recovering faster with tension and soreness relief.
Oh, yes. Theragun. Link in the description. Get it!
Do you own a business event or organization and are looking for the most efficient tools for marketing and advertising? Sticker Mule offers easy online ordering with a 4-day turnaround and free online proofs with free shipping. Use the link to Sticker Mule in the description below and get incredible promotional materials such as durable and waterproof vinyl stickers, coasters, magnets, customized tape, labels, bumper stickers, and more. Free shipping, free online proofs, fast production, satisfaction guaranteed. We use Sticker Mule for all of our marketing needs, and we've never been happier with the products we receive. Once again, visit Sticker Mule with the link in the description today.
All right. And last but not least,
say goodbye to toilet paper with affordable premium bidet attachments by Lux Bidet. Upgrade your bathroom with Lux Bidet's beautifully designed, featuring a chrome-plated water pressure and a temperature control lever for a more elegant look.
Man, you better back up or you're going to go to
fuck?
sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
he got past? I don't know.
Michael Johnson rocked Gaethje multiple times. What do you think Conor would do to him? Vicky Zakan, Barbosa is overrated and Cowboy has started to turn into a can as well. When Gaethje gets hit hard he turns into a fish. Conor gonna fillet his ass.
You know now more are gonna come in because you unpause it.
So Jess, thank you, Chrome. Appreciate that donation over there. Appreciate, and he makes some good points. Wait, hold on a second. This is
Now it's on play.
Oh, you know why? I'll show you why, Jess. Hold on, we got to get Jason Showers in here too. But this is why it didn't work. It went to the other. How do I? Oh shit.
Went to other what?
It went to not the MMA-Holes. This stream tonight is a complete clusterfuck.
What do you mean it went to not?
Yeah, this is not the MMA-Holes. This is not the MMA-Holes. So how do I? How do I fucking? Thank you, Chrome, for the donation. Thank you, everyone, for the donation. I tell you,
on,
I need a
boss.
producer. That's it. I need a fucking producer. I can't. I have too much fucking stress in my life. I do
stop.
too much. I do too
Stop
much.
it.
It's crazy. Yeah, I'll do it.
You're being so dramatic.
Oh, it's so annoying. Why did that change?
Mistakes happen. It's okay. You know what?
No, it's not okay. It's unacceptable. How do I pop this thing out like this? There
Yeah.
we go. Yeah. Remember yesterday you were like, why is it still playing?
Oh,
That's why.
yeah.
That's why it's still playing, Jess. There we go. Now it's not going to play. All right, here we go. Let's call up Jason.
Okay.
Poor Jason.
So
Waiting
we're
by
just
the
going to
phone.
skip Lux Bidet.
Oh, yeah, you got to get into Lux. Gotta get in there. We can't forget about this.
Say goodbye to toilet paper with affordable premium bidet attachments by Lux Bidet. Upgrade your bathroom with Lux Bidet's beautifully designed bidet attachments featuring chrome-plated water pressure and a temperature control lever for a more elegant look. Lux Bidet attachments features user-friendly control knobs that are simple to operate. Simply connect your Neo Bidet directly to your toilet or sink water supply and deliver your preferred level of water enjoyment. Use the link in the description to Lux Bidet and check out using promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, for 10% off your entire purchase. When your bidet arrives at your door, you can register your product on the Lux Bidet website to extend the product warranty from 18 months to 2 years, and then you can use your registered bidet ID as a $5 coupon code towards your next purchase. Once again, use promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, at checkout with the Lux Bidet link in the description for a cleaner, healthier, happier butthole. Happy bidet.
That's right. Thank you, Lux Bidet, and everyone else. Now, we don't have 50 likes anymore. It's 100 likes, so make sure you smack the shite out of the likes, and we will play the 100 like song. Now, let's get our buddy Jason in over here because this is unbelievable. The show is completely falling apart. We need Jason to save us.
Okay.
Jason Showers coming in.
Showers.
Jason Showers. Jason. Jason. Can you put your camera on, please?
Yeah,
we want to see your beautiful.
We don't want to talk to your voice. We want to see your face.
There you go. There it is. Hold on.
Ah, yes, there he is.
Wait, I heard the wifey in the background.
Okay, what's up, Jason? How you doing? Can you actually? This is fine. Let's see. Here we go. Jason, welcome back to the show. How you been, bud?
I'm all right. How you guys doing down there?
Listen, we're wonderful. Wonderful. It's been a minute. What have you been up to? I mean, listen, we haven't spoken, besides social media, you haven't been on the show since, 2 years now? Or a year and a half?
5 years?
17 years?
I was going to say probably like 2 years now.
2 years. Wow. Look at you. You're looking good. You look like the Wolverine as usual. I like that.
Can I just point out, Moss, you have a black box over your face now.
Yeah, I like that black box on my face. Doesn't everyone like a black box on their face?
I see your black box on your face now.
Yeah, everyone loves the black box on the face. Yeah. Wonderful. Jason, I hear. Do you have the stream on in the background?
No, it's an echo from Skype.
I do, but I have no sound off of what it's going through.
Oh, okay, so it's probably a Skype thing. It's just another technical difficulty. Don't worry about it. It's just a show tonight. Jason is fighting this weekend at Premier FC, Massachusetts. What is it? The Mass Mutual Center, correct?
Yeah, Mass Mutual Center in Springfield, Massachusetts. Yep.
Okay, now I was looking at your statistics. Oh, man, you know what? Let me call you back because this echo is driving me nuts. Let me call you right back.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
Let's get Jason back over here. All right. I don't know.
So mean, Moss.
I can't. I couldn't do that.
So unprofessional.
He hasn't been here in 2 years, and we're going to do that?
Nah, he gets it. He's a friend.
Yeah, I like Jason. He's a good guy. Yeah, what the hell was that?
Nah, it happens sometimes.
All right, here we go.
Let's try it again.
All right, hopefully
I
this
hear
works.
Try
it.
that again.
Yeah, it's still. Let's see. Jason, do you have a head earphones or earbuds or anything like that, or a headset?
I do.
Let's
I
try.
have headphones. So
Let's give that a go.
Also,
Let's try that.
camera.
That's right. We'll get that.
Camera. I got you, Jesse. I got you.
There he
It
is.
doesn't work.
Sorry. Technical difficulties.
Thank you, the great one. Over
Oh, is
here.
that the missus over
Yeah,
there?
I hear wifey.
She is definitely here. She's
Oh,
always here.
Nice.
Always in the best.
Ah, hey.
Thanks.
There we go. All right, Jason
Yeah,
Showers.
just so you know, these things do not stick with these fucking cauliflower ears. They suck.
Let me see them things. How much more cauliflower we got? Oh, look at you. Oh,
Yikes.
man. No one's going to mess with you in the streets. Oh boy,
I know.
Jason.
If I saw that, I'd run.
Damn.
I'd be like, I'm not messing with this guy.
Actually, more people are like, "Yo, does it hurt? Can I touch it?
Can I nibble on it?" That sounds way better, Jason. All right.
All right.
So this is what I want to do. We have man, our audience has grown since we've had you on. So I want to do a proper introduction here. Jason Showers, we met you Premier FC, I think it was 24, if I'm not mistaken, many moons ago. Yes. And it's a great promotion over there, Premier FC. Jason Showers, he fought and he got a win that everyone was like, holy shit. Yeah. This guy's for real. This guy's pretty damn good. He had a nice little AMI career, and now finally you are a professional mixed martial artist. I noticed that you have a professional kickboxing fight under your belt, but I haven't seen any pro MMA fight. Is this the first one?
This is the first pro MMA fight, yep.
Good stuff. All right, so if you can give a quick backstory. How did you get into the sport, and what got you to this point in your career?
I got a call from a guy, asked me if I wanted to fight, like a backup pretty much, if I want to be a backup fighter for like a week before the fight. And then 3 days out, he's like, yo, you're fighting. So I took the fight at 205. I'd never kickboxed before, just like boxing and wrestling. And then I liked that. So I was like, let me try this MMA stuff. And here we are.
And here you are. Biggest fight of your career over here.
So far.
This is going to be big stuff here. Now, you are fighting a gentleman named Tyler. So let me get his full name. What is his
Timothy Vicious Tyler.
Timothy Vicious
Taylor? Is it Taylor? Tyler?
Yeah, it's Tyler. Timothy Vicious Tyler. Okay, he's your upcoming opponent over here. And he's making his pro debut as well. So this should be a good matchup. Both guys entering the cage, and one must come with a W. Are you going to be victorious this weekend?
Leave it up to the God of War Aries to decide who comes out, man. You know me. I just go in there and throw hands, and whatever happens, happens.
So you're saying it's up to the gods, the MMA gods, or the God of Aries, or whoever. That's
God of War, man. God of War Aries. It's all up to him. He decides who comes out in victory. You've
made this walk multiple times, and I had the pleasure one time of walking to the cage with you too. I don't know how you do it.
You did?
I really don't. I mean, it's so stressful. How the hell do you keep your composure when you're about to compete with someone inside a cage?
I don't know. I kind of just draw the energy off the crowd as I'm walking down, and then I don't know.
That's it. Well,
pin gets dropped, and there's only one way to go from there.
That's it. Now, what weight you were fighting at? Welterweight?
Yeah, we went up to 170. Same weight as the fight with Grasshopper. Bobby the Grasshopper from American Top Team down there in Florida. He came up here.
That's right.
Thank them guys. That was an experience.
Let's talk about that story real quick, because like I said, we have a lot of new people here. The American Top Team, Mike Brown, Jorge Masvidal were in their corner. This is the first time I got to see you fight. And what happens? This guy comes in. Everyone's thinking, oh, this guy is going to run over Jason. Everyone's like, forget this. What happens here? Jason fucking knocks him out. In front of Mike Brown and Jorge Masvidal. What was that feeling like?
I knew that Brown was in the corner. I did not know that Jose was in the corner until afterwards, and I shook his hand, and I turned around, and my striking coach, Bobby Alward, who's actually on the same card this weekend, he's got a grappling match. He's like, do you even realize who that was? And he was like, that was Jose Masvidal. And I was, I guess you could say I was starstruck. I didn't know how to handle it. I just talked to Steve Rita and got my hand raised, and then me and you had an interview, and you told everybody how you didn't even think I was a fighter the night before.
I didn't even know. I thought he was like, another Joe Schmo like me. And look at you. You knock him out, and everyone's like, holy fuck. He just, like, in front of Masvidal and Mike Brown. I was so starstruck when I met Masvidal and Mike Brown. I was like, oh, this is the best. And here you are knocking out their boy.
I was stuttering at weigh-ins. I couldn't even really talk to him. I'm like, oh, you guys came from, how was the flight? I was just like, I didn't even know how to handle it. So I was, pressure makes diamonds. You know what they're saying? So we'll find out what happens.
Now, what do you think about Jorge Masvidal? That fight, that was right before he fought Damian Maia. And that didn't go his way. And then, boom, he just revamps himself. Now he's a BMF. He's getting these big buck fights. He's all over the place. What do you think about Jorge Masvidal right now?
I've always been a fan since he was, throwing down in the streets with Kimbo. So, I guess it's kind of different coming from not so much getting paid to fight in the streets, but from fighting in the streets and then, you know, trying to make that transition because everyone's like, oh, I'll do it here. It's easy. Go there. It's easy. And, you know, maybe that was the fight that he realized maybe this isn't as easy as I thought it was. You know, I don't know. I'm not him, but maybe that was the one that clicked that switch, you know?
Do you draw any like inspiration from a guy like Jorge Masvidal? I mean, this guy's from the streets. This guy's been through everything, and he's been down and then boom, up, down, and then back
How about
up
Tyson
again.
Fury, you know, all those guys. Anybody like that. Just anybody who's got a story where they've come back from nothing. Like, most people don't even know this, but me and Kim were like, we were homeless for a little bit before all this got started.
No kidding.
But yeah, like our families that us live with them and stuff. Like, yeah.
Should I play the sad? Hold on. Listen, so you can let it out here. If you're gonna let it out, this is the place to do it.
We're good. We're good.
Jason, listen, man. I know you have a tough story. I mean, and you are a family man. Your wife is by your side through everything. I mean, I've seen up close and personal. She's always there rooting you on. She's recording you. She's cheering you no matter what the outcome is. She always has your back. I mean, having a strong wife in your corner, this must mean the world to you.
Oh, it makes things a lot easier, you know, to have somebody there. Her family helps me out a lot too. Helps us out. You know,
Sure.
It's not just me. Like that Hertzman Nation. It ain't a joke, man. Like anybody who supports me, like, thank you. Y'all mean a lot.
I tell you what, you put so much into this, and we're really rooting for you this weekend. You have this Timothy Tyler now. What are you going to try to do differently, or what are you going to do similar this time around? Is there anything different that you're going to take into the cage this fight?
I just talked about this the other night on a live video randomly. You know me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I know that Timothy is a boxer. He is from Camden, I think it's Camden, New Jersey, boxing club or something like that. No disrespect to their gym or nothing, but I don't really train for what they do. I see what they like to do, and then I train for my fight, and it's either you do your thing or I impose my will. Somebody's going home with their hand raised.
You've never gone in there and said, hey, let's fight to a decision. You've gone in there like, I'm going to take this guy's head off.
No, we don't go to the judges, man. Either you beat me or I beat you. We don't go to those judges. I've seen a lot lately. Like, I've been to a lot of promotion. Like, that whole 18 months that I didn't talk to you guys, I had shoulder surgery. I had my nose replaced.
Damn.
In 4 days. My nose and then my shoulder done in 4 days. And I've been focusing on, like, coaching a lot. A lot of my guys, my friends and training partners have been coaching. So to be outside the cage and seeing things, it's really, like, it's elevated my eyesight and my, like, cage awareness. Like, I see things before my friends realize it's happening, my training partners. I'm like, yo, you're going to do this, and I know you're going to do it because this happened. So it's just stepping away from being able to hit somebody and just having to be forced to watch. You know, just grew my IQ 1,000 times. I feel like I was in a time capsule.
Well, listen, this fight over here coming up here, this is a big deal. Premier FC has been nothing but great. They were great to us as well. Unfortunately, I wish we could make it, but unfortunately we can't because we're many moons away, and we're actually going through a move as well. We're moving to Arizona. Could you believe this?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What? You're leaving?
Yeah, we're leaving the NY. We'll be back, though. We'll be back and forth. But, yeah, it's just bad timing. I would love to go to this event and drag Jesse and go crazy, but unfortunally that's not in the cards. So we'll be with you.
Besides the one time that you were there, I've lost every other time you were there. So.
Oh yeah, I have not good luck. Don't whatever you do, don't walk up to the cage with me.
You're the bad luck charm.
It's not a luck thing. It's not a luck thing. It's just it's more like an aura thing. Like it could have been that
aura.
You were that one
aura.
nervous notch in my aura that night. You know, like, oh man, why am I walking down here with this guy? I'm not fighting. This is crazy.
I'm like the
and everybody else on my team is like, yo, he's gonna fucking kill this guy.
You know?
I'm walking out. I'm like, what am I walking out with this guy?
He had that nervous face, like.
Yo, all I was thinking was I have to interview the winner of this fight. So now I'm rooting for you. I'm like, please, Jason, win. Oh, fuck. What do I do now?
Now you know. You have a bad aura about
that
you.
That was with Harrison and Damo, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
I fought Harrison that night.
Oh, yeah, he's a great
Harrison,
guy.
Man. He's a fucking good guy. I already knew that's how that was going to go down. He did. Harrison, you know I love you, but you didn't want none of those, boy. Anytime, though. We can run it back anytime. That's one of the few fights I'd run back.
That would be fun. Watch you guys go back. Yeah, maybe
now
you
we
guys
got 5 minutes.
Good stuff. Yeah, that story's hilarious. We got to tell the full story to these people down there. I'll tell them another time.
Yeah, another time.
So funny.
But I have been watching. I know, like, I haven't been on, and I've been training and working and doing my family thing. But I've been watching you guys. I pop in once in a while. But I like the growth, man. You guys are doing your thing, and it's nice to see everybody that was there in the beginning. Now we're all like blowing up. Let's keep going on to the next thing.
Listen, it's gonna be some ride, and we always have loyalty to Premier FC. I mean, it's a great organization. Any of the fighters that come out of there, nothing but respect for the guys and gals from Premier. And so, how can you watch this fight?
You would ask me that. I think it's on Fitfoot TV or something like that. I don't know. I got the link. I just got the link to like 2 o'clock this morning. Okay. So I'll make a post. You guys, my social media, Hertzman on Facebook. I see you guys. Yeah. Hey, I just looked up at the screen for the first time. That's my Instagram. Yeah. Hertzman _ version 1.0. I'm on there a lot. I don't really post a lot of pictures or videos of me and my training because my PR was like, listen, I don't want you doing that no more. People don't need to see nothing. If they want to see something, they can buy a ticket and come see it.
There you go.
Not only that, but people are out there. Thank you, Dispatch Gaming. It's not about luck. It's whatever the gods say happens. What's up with this golden shower shit too? I'm just seeing all this in the chat room. That's so old.
Don't read the chat. No. Yeah. Don't read the chat. I'm taking questions from the chat, so you can't read it.
Let's segue.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna do a rapid fire.
I won't read it.
Jesse's gonna ask questions from the chat right now. Okay, you're gonna hear from the chat right now.
Okay. Well,
what do you got, Jesse?
That's the first question. Flat Earth Deacon says, "Would you consider Golden Showers as a nickname?"
There you go.
I would never consider that as a nickname because that's just like, I mean, I do work in a porn shop, so it would be like semi-fitting, but no, I name myself for the simple fact that when you hear my name, you know that I'm coming from one thing, and that's to rip your face off. Since day one.
You're still at the same porn shop?
Wait, I've never heard this.
Yeah, I still am.
So, you didn't watch the old MMA-Holes?
No, I did.
She's not a real MMA-Hole.
So let me.
I've been there since day one.
Wait. Let me clear this up. I did. I've watched you since the very first interview, but I must have missed this porn shop.
That was a big thing. Yeah, he had toys and everything.
I was in a porn shop. I did like 2 interviews at my job.
I would have had a field day with the questions on that one.
Oh, that would have been great. I see the games that you guys be playing. That's what I was gonna say. I see the games and stuff. It's awesome.
Oh my god. All right. Let's move on to the next. All right.
Miss the dildos in the background.
Exactly. That was great. Next interview, back in the porn shop for sure.
That's true. She makes a good point. All right. Okay. So T.S. Elliott wants to know where you're originally from.
I'm born in Johnson City, New York. I was raised in Binghamton, New York, which is where I reside currently. I lived outside this city for 6 months in Lakeland, Florida.
All
Next
right.
question.
Ride Drive Lily says, what weight class do you plan to stay in?
I love my cakes and pies. So I actually, after this, I was offered a boxing match for Boston Boxing at 155, which is where I feel most comfortable. So I'd say like 145 if I possibly could get down there. But 150, 155 is where I'm going to make home.
Okay. El Toro Loco says, how's your cardio?
I run half marathons, man. How's yours?
Kainoto. All right, here's a zinger for you. Kainoto says, at your age, what goes first, your chin or your blood flow to your penis?
It's a good question.
That's a good question.
Let's wait for the awkward silence.
Well, again, you have to think where I work. So, with that being said, we all know what happened with John Bones Jones and the dick pills that we be popping.
Yikes.
So, I don't know. I can still put in the work when it needs to be done. Let's put it that way.
All right, there you go, Kainoto.
I don't get knocked down all that easy. So.
All right, Drunk Savage says, would you do bare knuckle fighting?
Fuck yes.
You would do that?
Oh, man.
Fuck yes. Pay me now.
That would be fucking crazy. We have
think about it, Jesse, think about this. I grew up fighting.
Yeah.
Like literally I have like at least 300 fights with nothing wrapped on my hands. Right. Why would I not? Look it. Why would I not?
So here's a question from me. Bone. Wouldn't you be concerned, because we've seen fighters so far in BKFC who would have one fight and then their hands get so fucked up that they can't fight again. Would you be concerned about that? Well, that's because these dudes are stupid and they keep gunning at the face, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Keep hitting the bone on the bone. I don't want to give away my strategy. Anyways, yes, I would. Pay me now.
There you go.
All right, Justin Jr. says, how do you train differently for this fight rather than a kickboxing fight?
Oh, that's a good question. I like that question.
That's from a 12-year-old, by the way. That's a 12-year-old. A very smart 12-year-old in the chat just asked that question. Isn't that insane?
12-year-old.
Best question right there.
Yeah, that actually got me thinking. Well, for this, I do. I don't want to say too much. Like I said, I don't know if he's watching. He could be watching. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I did a lot more weight training. He's a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody knows this, but I wrestled for like 7 years. I only got thrown out of school. That's why I don't have any credentials.
Gotcha.
I like to fight. So, anyways, yeah. I mean, I did a lot more running. A lot more long grappling sessions, and rolling with a couple of black belts and a couple of brown belts. So
all right.
Striking, but when I do kickboxing, it's all like mitt work, repetition. Get the time, move. You know, so it's totally different. But my cardio is, you know, we're gonna test it because this boy's gonna come hard. He's only 22 years old. I did my homework.
All right. Sounds good. Isan says, when are you fighting Kamaru Usman?
That's that black guy in the UFC, right?
Nigerian.
I'm sorry.
He's only the champion of his division. You know.
Quite the nightmare.
Do we not realize that I really don't watch it unless it's my boy from, you know, Bones from the 607? Watch out for that elbow. But I'm watching a lot of them videos, you know. But no, I don't. I'll fight anybody that they want me to fight. I don't care who it is. I've always said that. I've always been tested. I've never taken some like skimpy give me how do they call it, tomato or can, as I've been called a few times. I've been called that. So whatever the fuck that means by those couch potatoes that don't train or fight. Come on, man.
They love that.
I'll fight anybody. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, it's easy to hate when you're not doing it, right?
Yeah. You know?
All right. Justin Jr. says, in a dream matchup against Matt Brown, how does it go down?
Oh, we grapple for 15 minutes and then I snap his ankle.
Yikes. All right. Chrome. Oh, wait. So this was back when Moss was trying to give you the sad music. Chrome says, you better not cry or I'll come through and smack the hell out of you.
You see where I'll be Saturday. You come do it.
Kainoto,
buy a ticket.
Kainoto says, at what point do you realize your name isn't made for MMA versus for presidential sex videos?
Which one's paying me more?
I have to ask these questions.
Would you do porn? Or have you done porn?
Next question.
Oh, boy.
He's done porn?
Yeah, baby. Porn.
You're lying.
Wonderful,
You're lying. No
Where can
way.
we find this? I'm going to watch this after the show.
I may or may not have done
I don't want to
something when I
know.
was 18.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Oh, shit. All right.
This is a lie. This
That's
is a
great.
complete lie.
That is definitely not a lie, I swear to God.
Well, if this MMA thing doesn't work out, now we know.
Yeah,
We can go
he's
back
got
into the
a
porn.
backup. He could
Right?
just...
There's a reason I work at this shop. I'm getting the ends.
Oh, man. Jason, listen.
Man.
After the fight, come right back on. Love to hear what went down that weekend. And it's at Premier FC, Showers versus Tyler. It's this Saturday night. The Mass Mutual Center is where it's at. When we find, actually, go to the premierfighting.com, www.premierfighting.com to get more information.
Got the link on there for the thing. It's $15. You can watch all the fights. Pat Casey's the hometown kid.
Hell yeah.
Fighting for the strap against Yuji. Ooh. I'm glad I got a front row seat to that.
Yeah, Pat Casey's always fire. That's going to be good stuff.
Oh, my God.
Any shout-out to sponsors? Now's the time to do it.
Always. This is where I get my turn to shine, right? All right. I definitely want to thank my new gym, Disorderly Conduct in Cortland, New York. My coach, David Boyer, is our lead coach up there. I love that man to death. He is the greatest thing that's happened to me, right next to Bobby Elward. Thank you very much for helping me again, Bobby. Thomas Brink has got my back, has been for the past 3 years. Thank you to the whole Team Jiba. We got an extension all the way back to Brazil, where our head professor, Rodolfo Brsalis, is from. Fought on Bellator. Check him out. Thank you to the only sponsors I have. Oh, what do you know? I look up and there it is. The bottom of my shirt. Peterson's Tavern. Binghamton, New York, the corner of Front and Main Street. By far the greatest food in this city, and they always have a cold beer. Tell them I sent you.
There you go. Listen, Jason, I'm rooting for you. I'm always rooting for you. Good luck this weekend, and we can't wait to have you back on the show.
Thank you, guys. You guys have a good night.
All right, you too, Jason. Be good. There we go.
Later.
Jason Showers.
All right, before you get our next interview, can I go pee?
Go ahead.
Because I'm like dying over here.
Go ahead. Go get the pee in. While you do that, you mind if I play some donations?
Go for it.
All right, I'm going to play some donations. We're going to get Kaleb Harris in a second. Let me know in the chat, are you rooting for the Hertzman? This guy over here is a really, really good dude. He's making his MMA professional debut. He's fought a bunch of AMI fights. He's done kickboxing, and now he is inside the cage of Premier FC. And it should be wonderful, wonderful. There he is. Go give him a follow on the IG over here. There you go. It's Hertzman_V1.0. Go give him a follow on the IG and follow him on Facebook as well. I'm going to play some donations coming in.
Man, you better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Chrome.
They letting me through cause those racist's phone lines won't let me through.
Thank you, Chrome. And goddamn racist phone lines. Yeah, so there's a really funny story. You know what? I'll tell it maybe at the end of this show about Jason was nice enough to have me walk out with him. And I was doing the cage interviews for Premier FC. Premier has been great. When we started this channel, it was all us. And Premier was nice enough to open the doors. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. They gave me a microphone and like, go ahead, interview people. And it spiraled into what we are today. So much thanks to Premier FC. There is a very funny story about the walkout, and we'll tell that later on.
Man, you better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Here's PBR.
Hi JBH. Hi Buckethead. Hey Jason. Hello to all the wonderful, wonderful people out there. Waving, waving, waving.
Thank you, PBR, for the donation. You are wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful. Appreciate that one. And we got one more coming in. Holy smokes. This one might look familiar over here. Damn. Wow. Okay. This is, I see it hanging over the chat as well. This is unbelievable. Our next guest coming in. What's the 40K tattoo going to look like? So basically, it's going to go down my spine. They're Roman numeral numbers, so I'll get the 40. That's the next one. So when we hit 40,000, hopefully before we leave, I would love that to happen.
Holy guacamole!
What the hell?
Love and respect for my MMA whole family.
Holy shit, Kaleb Harris, who is coming on, dropping the 5-0. Oh my God, Kaleb. Wonderful. That is absolutely insane, man.
That's awesome.
Holy shit.
Thanks, Caleb.
All right, Jesse, take a couple things from the chat
moly.
As we are about to have Kaleb Harris on.
Mark D says it's not going to be different in the rematch. Khabib will maul Conor again, no matter what. He should just take Gaethje. Mark D, let me just tell you something. Mark. I completely agree with you. That is the best comment I've ever read tonight. Flatter Thing says lion heart. Mystic Roots with the lion hearts in the chat. Everyone drop a lion and a heart emoji in the chat for Kaleb Harris getting ready to see one of our favorite guests, a friend of the show, Kaleb, the Lionheart Harris. Drop a lion and a heart in the chat just like Mystic Roots is right now. Grumpy Dome says, Jason, don't want no smoke with Lil Chuck. That's right, Lil Chuck is about to come on. Lionheart says, Travis Tabor. Muhammad Nader says, the king is back. Chrome T Dome says, Lil, JBH, you look delicious as always. Mikey, I truly appreciate your compliment. I truly do. Thank you. Kaleb Harris, the man, says Travis Tabor. And Moss, are you ready for the Lionheart?
Let's get the Lionheart in here.
Here come the Lionhearts.
Okay.
Here they come.
They're flying into the chat?
They're coming in the chat.
This is exciting. Now we will get into more of the Red Penny Night. We'll get into the MMA news. There's a big fight this weekend as well in the UFC. A lot of stuff to talk about. We'll get to the news shortly. But it's time for the Lionheart. Let's give him a ring. Get him on the horn over here. Okay. Let's do this.
Okay.
And wow, Kaleb, man, with the 50. Jesus Christ.
That's awesome, dude.
You just call me dude?
Yeah, I've called you dude before.
You just go, dude?
Sometimes when we're arguing, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Come on, dude.
It's awesome, dude. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he is here. Once again, the Lionheart. Kaleb, what up, man?
Mine are bigger. Kaleb.
Yes, yours are bigger.
I'm telling you.
We're having a bicep off right now.
I've been working on him. Haven't you noticed? This is like...
I see that.
This is like prime prime real estate here. Going on.
Caleb, what's going on, man? How you been?
Man, I'm great, dude. Just got home not too long ago from training and sitting here waiting on y'all to call and drinking a little bit.
There you go. Now, you're right back into the gym after this?
Oh, yeah, man. I've been back in the gym since, like, last Tuesday.
Wow. So no break. You're just like, all right, that was fun. Let's do this again.
My break, I took Monday off because I was off for work, and I just sat at home and, like, I went out to eat and then sat home and played the PlayStation with an old high school buddy. But other than that, yeah, Tuesday I was right back to teaching. I couldn't do everything in class, you know, because I'm still healing. But by Saturday, I was back doing hitting mitts and grappling and doing everything else. I mean, just that Mystic Roots CBD helping me heal, baby.
There you go, Mystic Roots. I see that on your shirt over there. Hey, listen. We're all part of the family now. We're all part of the Roots, right, Jess?
That's right, man.
That's it.
It's true.
We're one big happy family. I love Mystic Roots. We are obsessed with their product. Like, absolutely obsessed.
The flour, the hemp flour is my favorite product. All of their products are great, but the hemp flour is my absolute favorite. I love it.
The Space Candy is to me the best, and like it tastes the best to me.
Yeah.
Out of all that I've tried, and but the pain cream that they've hooked me up with has just been like amazing for helping my knuckles heal and my face and every bit of my soreness that I had after the fight.
I tell you what, I mean, you're a little dark right now, but from what I see, you look like you healed up good, right? Caleb, what are you, Wolverine or something? I mean, you healed up pretty damn good. Hold on, let's get some light on.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see or not, but my eye, man, like I'm pretty much healed. Like I told David Feldman, I guess it was yesterday, because I was asking about the fight of the night and bonuses and stuff, and he asked me how my hands were doing. I'm like, my hands they're good. They're still a little bruised, but no swelling. My stitches are out and my eyes healed. Like, I'm ready to be put back on a card. So they either need to send me back to Miami in May or put me on that New York card in July.
Oh man, whoa, you're coming to New York? Oh my God.
Jesse. If they would, if they'll put me on it, they already know I'm gonna put on a show. So
Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
They wouldn't.
July.
We might be in Arizona.
You have to wait till July.
Oh my God, I want to go. Oh, we'll figure this out.
Oh, we should fly back after we move. We should fly back in July.
I think we have to come back for that.
Just for the event, yeah.
Holy shit, July. So that's how you want to get back that quick, huh? Are you cleared to fight?
If they could put me on, like, I got hit with a medical suspension by Florida for 60 days. So I technically, which I really wish it had been 45 at the most, because that would have meant that they could have put me back on in Birmingham, which is only like 2.5 hours from me, 3 at the most in Alabama, and like I could have sold so many tickets to that fight, especially after this fight with Jim. Like, I could have sold so many tickets.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the athletic commission suspended me for 60 days. So the soonest I could fight is the end of April. And as of right now, there's nothing on the card for that. So I'm doing a jiu-jitsu tournament at the end of April in Jackson. But they said that they'll probably get me, since I'm now officially a main card fighter, they'll probably put me on in either May or June. So I'm just waiting on, once they do this other half of the tournament and figure out that they don't need me anymore, I'll redo a 3-fight contract with them.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
that's great stuff. All right, I'm going to back up a bit. Now we have some new people here. This is Kaleb Harris. He fought at Bare Knuckle FC. Was it number 5?
Yes, AKA Lil Chuck.
Little Chuck in the house. We've seen you for the last 3 fights or 4 fights now. How many fights has it been?
It's been quite a...
It's 4 fights? Yeah, that's right. You met us right after the 4th fight. That's when we started our relationship, and now we're going steady, right?
That's right.
You know what's funny? It's funny that you said that, because in the chat, like when he first came on, his very first interview, they lit him up. They gave him like the worst questions. Now,
that was amazing and crazy.
And now in the chat, the respect that you see, like the questions are not trolling, questions. It's all like, oh, Lil Chuck's in the chat, let's ask him an actual question. It's very bizarre. I've never seen the chat do that.
How could you not respect this man after that fight? That last fight, I mean, was one of the craziest fights I've ever seen. And I just want to say something. In the chat, I saw this as well. Some people are saying you won. I think you won. Honestly, other than that first round, I mean, let's start from the beginning here. You're in Miami, okay? You are fighting co-main event against Jim Alers. It's not like they gave you a foo-foo fight. They're like, oh, here, fight Jim Alers. That's a pretty...
Yeah, it's insane.
That's a pretty tough one. Jim Alers knocks everyone out. Not Kaleb Harris. The first round, he comes in like a truck, as expected, and you ate everything. You were just like, yeah, fuck this guy. Let him hit me. And then after that, it was incredibly competitive.
I'm sorry. I have to leave for 1 second, guys. Please excuse me. Please excuse me.
Could you believe...
I'm sorry.
Our realtor's calling us. Our realtor's calling us in the middle of an interview. Could you... What are you doing? Anyway, so you get past this round, and then after that, I thought you won the fight. Now, I'm very biased. I'm incredibly biased, so maybe I'm the wrong person to say this, but I felt you won this fight. When you went to a decision with this man, and after that first crazy round, did you think that there was a chance you might get to the decision?
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. No. I felt like I did. I won a couple rounds, but when I heard that first judge call it a draw, at that point, I thought maybe I had caused a draw. Like, okay. I thought, okay, I knew I was down 10-8 in the first round because he did. Most people think, oh, well, I just tripped in the first round. I even had some of my teammates ask me afterwards, like, you just tripped. They just counted as a knockdown. No, Jim Alers hit me with a damn hook straight to my temple, and I hit the floor, and it was kind of like a DIAZ moment. My body reacted and jumped back up. I didn't actually come back as far as like knowing what was going on until the ref was at about 5.
Wow.
And at that point, I was like, oh shit, I got knocked down. I've got to come back at it. But at that point, like, the side of my head was already swelling, and there were several times after that. I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you, Jim Alers hits like a motherfucking truck. Like, and so I knew I won. I feel in my heart like I won a couple rounds. Like in the later rounds, I felt like I was gaining momentum. But as far as like, do I think that it was a bad decision or a bad call? No, I'm a little biased as far as like that last judge giving it 50-44.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with the other two judges, either scoring at a draw and scoring at 48-46. I was pretty upset about it after the fight. I mean, just because I'd lost.
Mm-hmm.
But and of course my teammates were like, messaging me, we're proud of you, man. You did a good job. Of course, that's my teammates, so I'm automatically thinking, of course they're going to tell me that. Even though my teammates, if I sucked, they would straight up tell me, dude, that was the worst thing I've seen.
Sure.
But it was when I was walking through the crowd to go get my check that like guys like Anthony Rumble Johnson stopped me and like called me over, shook my hand and told me, he's like, dude, you won the hearts of a lot of fans tonight. And like Dan Mergliotti, I mean, guys that have seen wars in their career, Dan Mergliotti just stopped me and was like, dude, I respect the hell out of you. He said, that was a fucking fight. He's like, that's the kind of stuff that we want to see. He's like, be proud of yourself.
Mm.
So by the end of the night, I was feeling a little bit better, but and then it did help. Like me and Jim have stayed in contact, mostly talking about this fight of when they're going to announce if we're going to fight of the night and when we're going to get our bonus. But Jim Alers actually told me I was the toughest fight he's ever had in his life. And that right there, to come from a vet like Jim, means a lot to me.
I noticed that on his social media. He said that you were like the Terminator. He hit you with everything he got, and you just kept coming forward. Was that that's some compliment.
I told people in interviews before. I've told them whenever they interview me before bare knuckle, what defines me from any other fighter? It's my heart.
Mm.
You may knock me down, but I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna keep coming. Like, this is to any bare knuckle fighter out there, or any fighter in general that ever fights me. You are not going to finish me unless you put me to sleep. I will never stay down. I will never not get up unless you physically shut my lights off. That's all there is to it. I'm just not built to go down.
Do you regret anything in this fight have you watched it back?
Yes, I've watched it several times, and it's not like one of those I just lost. It was Jim was able to run his game plan better than I was. I wasn't able to keep my feet under me and control the distance like I wanted to. Looking back, I see tweaks and things that I'm going to change. I've already started changing, and things that were starting to work in the later rounds that were we to fight again, I would implement a lot sooner.
Okay.
And hopefully there would be a different decision at the end of the fight. At this point in time right now, I've had people ask, when's the rematch? Well, number one, I just lost. I'm not fixing to call the guy that just beat me out, especially not when he's in a tournament. So hopefully once Jim wins this tournament, which he's the guy that I got my money on now,
sure.
Even though I don't know the other half of the tournament yet, and I put a few more guys to sleep, then maybe we get a rematch. But, you know, and at that point, it's Jim's call, 155 or 165, either or. But either way it goes, we shared blood in that ring, and we pushed each other to our absolute limits. Jim was the better fighter that night, and I actually earned a really good friend out of it. Immediately the next day, I was told I'm more than welcome to come down to South Florida, and I had a place to stay to train with him.
That's awesome. Seems like a really good guy.
Oh yeah, man. The picture of us sitting back there getting stitched up together is probably my favorite picture of the night, because I mean we were both just laughing and talking and just cussing the damn guys doing the stitches out because they wouldn't hurry up so we could go watch the Hector Lombard David Mundell fight.
What were your thoughts on that fight, by the way?
Man, I still haven't got to see the whole fight yet. Just everything's been so crazy, but from what I heard, a lot of people said it was not a very interesting fight, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, listen, and here's the thing. We don't know what the hell we're talking about. Us over here sitting back with our popcorn in our face, watching these fights. I mean, you guys go through hell in that ring or cage or wherever you're competing. So it's easy for us to say, well, that was boring. But I was bored. I'm not going to lie. I was bored out of my mind.
Well, in fairness to them, they had to follow me and Jim, and you weren't going to get much better of a fight than that.
Oh, what a tough act to follow. You guys blew the roof off. And then all of a sudden we sat through that. I'm like, wait, this is not supposed to happen. This is crazy. This is supposed to be fire. Man, oh man. Are we talking main event, Kaleb, now? Is this what we're looking at right now? Is this the guy you could possibly be the face here? I know Jim Alers and you got all these other guys. You have Dave Rickles that I just saw got signed with Bare Knuckle, who was from Bellator. That guy's a nut job. He's going to be fun to watch fighting as well. But you're a young stud. You're bouncing back like Wolverine. You put on a fight of the night. They must love you over there, Bare Knuckle.
I mean, when they talk to me, they do. But man, like, you know, it was a week and a half before they finally announced that it was fight of the night, and I still haven't received my bonus yet. So you know, I'm like, and I don't even know how much it is. But no, I definitely impressed some people with that last fight. The matchmaker for sure was like, you know, there was a lot of people in the back thinking that it was a draw. And he's like, you're a main card fighter now. And he said, and the problem is, he said, we've got 100 undercard fights that we could put you on. He's like, but he's like, that's not where you're at anymore. Like, you know, you're not going to fight, you know, guys like I fought before Jim. He's like, you're going to be fighting guys like Leonard Garcia, you know, Julian Lane, Tom Schoaf, Isaac Valley Flag. I think Dave Rickles was mentioning it. You know, I would be fighting guys like that. And the problem is that most of those guys I'm thinking are going to be in this 155 tournament. So, like, that puts me at, like, okay, when can I fight again? But, you know, I'm down to fight whoever. They already know that. I'm going to go out there and either I'm going to put them down or I'm going to put on a show, one of the two. But right now, I just hate that I'm 2-2 right now, man. Like I mean, my only two losses are my debut of Bare Knuckle, which
that was close.
That was a close fight, controversial, and then against Jim Alers, who I took the distance with. But at the same time, like, man, a loss just eats at me. Like, I'm ready to fight. Like, they could call me tonight and say, hey, we need you, to fill in April 29th, the day after you are released from your suspension. And I'd be like, I'm down. Let's fight. I'm ready to go.
What about that? Like, I know a lot of tournaments have to have people on standby. You have legit have fight of the night. I mean, that was spectacular. Wouldn't they think about possibly having you maybe in a loser's bracket or a standby situation for an up-and-coming fight?
So I was told that normally in the tournaments they have an alternate fight. So like they would have like two guys that lost fight each other. Like, let's say me and Elvin Brito, we lost. So we would fight, and the winner of that would become the alternate. And in case somebody won but got their hand broke and couldn't fight for 6 months and they needed to fill in, I would be that guy. Instead, because some issues, something to do with because the March card was supposed to be in New Mexico, but something happened with the voting on New Mexico's law, and now it got pushed. So the whole tournament got pushed like 2 or 3 months. Mm-hmm. And so instead now they have it to where, like, if that situation occurs, they take a vote. They have like 4 or 5 members that take a vote, which as of right now, I'm the guy with fight of the night.
Sure. That
put on a show that almost drew a draw with the guy that's supposedly the best 155er in the division. Mm-hmm. So you would think that would probably mean that they're going to put me back in. So right now my contract still stands, which is why I'm back in the gym, busting ass, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and going to the gym and working out, because I want to be ready if I get that phone call. But as of right now, that's all I'm waiting on right now.
We were with Kaleb Harris. He fought at Bare Knuckle FC5, and this guy put on some show. Him and Jim Alers. I mean, listen, both of them. An incredible performance by the two of them, and it's a pleasure to have you back on. I want to play a couple of donations over here from the community. Let's see what we got.
Man, you better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep.
Alrighty, let's see. This is from Carnage H.
It's Arthur from the Peaky Fucking Blinders, baby. Flex biceps. Let's get this W Lionheart.
Peaky Fucking Blinders!
Do you get that a lot, Peaky Blind? I saw it on social media. You got the hairdo now.
Man, I did, bro. My girl Lori, that trains with us at Primal, that always cuts our hair and stuff. She was excited. Proper 12, man. I'm a huge fan of the Peaky Blinders. Arthur is my spirit animal if cocaine was legal. And I just finally decided, I was like, you know what? It's time for a change. And my buddy Dustin, who's fighting this weekend, was like, what you scared of? Why don't you go get the haircut? And I was like, I'm not scared. And later on that night, watching the Paul Felder fights and about 3 or 4 of these in, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. Tuesday, I'm getting my haircut. And at that point, it was like, all right, well, I can't back out now. So, but I love it, man. Like, I ain't got to worry about it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to miss the cornrows, but at the same time, I get to let the Irish roots fly a little bit.
How do you get your hair so shiny?
Oh,
what do you use?
Some kind of pomade stuff that I bought from my hairstylist.
Send it to me. Send it to me now.
There you go. Jesse wants your secrets. Another donation coming in, and this is from Mystic Roots. CBD. Oh yeah, Mystic Roots with the CBD donation. CBD.
It helps with healing process and inflammation and stuff like that. So you wanted to get these for before or after the fight training and make your life a better place.
All right, what a fitting donation right there. Mystic Roots says,
Kaleb rock that beast. Face is looking good, bro. Hope that repair salve is helping.
There you go. So that's from Mystic Roots.
Wonders. Put that crap on every night before I go to bed.
Great.
There you go. Yeah, that stuff does work. It really does. Like, I'm actually surprised. Usually I'm like, how could this really work? I had an elbow problem, and I rubbed it on there, and gone. It would just go away. I'm like, what the hell? I couldn't believe it. Now, you would have to keep on reapplying it, but it's a great, like, if you're in pain and you're just trying to get by in the day, it's perfect. It's a perfect fix.
That was, like, getting ready for this fight early into camp. I actually had, a pinched nerve in my shoulder, and that I was having to go and get constantly massaged out and everything. But, like, during the day, it would just, like, lock up on me. So I was taking that repair salve and sitting there massaging it into my shoulder. every morning before I get him to go to work, and I'd be good all day at work.
That's awesome.
So I'd apply it like twice a day, and finally it got itself worked out, but I couldn't have got by without that repair salve. Mystic Roots is where it's at.
All right, we got another donation coming in. Travis Tabor.
Kaleb with the fresh cut. What a savage.
They love you. They love it. Chat room.
Apparently a lot of people didn't like my long hair. Like it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit when I posted it, and everybody's like, finally he got his hair cut or something. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I thought y'all liked the long hair.
Well, what happened over now when you got to Miami? What were the ladies like? Did we have any stories, any good situations? Any mamacitas? What's going on here?
Bro, they feed them girls down there something different from around here in the South. Like, for every bad chick I saw 10 that looked like Jennifer Lopez.
Really?
Like, I'm telling you, like, when I got done, and the problem was that my face was completely swollen, and I looked like Frankenstein walking down there, but I didn't even care. Like, I mean, that's why, like, I couldn't live down in Miami, but I would love for Bare Knuckle to send me back to Miami to fight.
There you go. Maybe they will be back in the Bare Knuckle ring in Miami. That'd be great. Yeah, we keep showing pictures of the after the fight, and it is amazing how quick you healed up. It really is wild seeing the recuperation. Nothing broke. There was no, like, it looked like your orbital, like your cheek was all swollen.
Oh man, I mean, yeah, I mean, oh man, dude, it was swelling up. You could see it after there's one picture that, like, I love. It's like I'm like looking I think I'm looking to the corner as I'm walking to it, and like blood's just like pouring out. But you can literally see like a golf ball size knot on the side of my face. But no, nothing was broke, man. I'm telling you, God designed me for this sport. That's just all it is to it. I wasn't smart. I ain't smart and I ain't good looking, but I fight like hell and I heal fast. So
I think the chat disagrees.
I think you're a very good-looking man, and I think you're very intelligent. So
look at that.
It's fine.
And she's tough.
And I am tough. I'm very judgmental.
She's got high standards. Look at me. I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I got to say this. After a fight like this, which you did, I mean, the bounce back after that first round, it's got to give you some momentum. I'm not one that believes in moral victories, but I think this is an exception to the rule. I really do, because watching this fight, seeing how Jim Alers literally just threw everything at you, and you just started smiling. You were literally smiling at the man.
You were taunting him. It was crazy.
Okay. I was not taunting him. All right, I've had to explain this to guys before, like, and I even actually, I think I explained it to Jim too, just so that there was no misunderstanding. When I'm smiling in that ring and I'm laughing, that's not me taunting my opponent. That's literally y'all get to see the true Kaleb Harris. Like, outside in the world, I have to be careful of other people's emotions. Inside that ring, I don't give a fuck about anything except that I'm happy fighting. And so, like, I love it. Like, you go back and look at my fight with Harris, my fight with Bastante, my fight with Jeff Chippins, my fight with Jim. You look at all my MMA fights. At some point or another, I am laughing and grinning, whether I'm covered in blood or not. I just don't care. I love being in that circle. And I mean, if there was a way I could heal faster, I would, so I could go back and fight sooner.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what,
I
can't wait.
don't blame you, man. You're fun to watch. You are fun to watch. I'll give you that. Like, even if there's opponents, this Jim Alers fight, I saw a lot of people were kind of like, I don't know. Like, we love Kaleb Harris. We don't want to vote against him, but Jim Alers is a tough opponent, you know. And they were very realistic about it. But even the Jim Alers fight, I think, was so entertaining to watch because, like Moss said, he's knocked out practically all of his opponents, and for you to like make it all the way through that fight and then to bounce back and be smiling and laughing throughout the entirety of the fight, it's fascinating to watch. I don't think I've ever seen something so entertaining against such a brilliant fighter. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. See, I think you did a great job.
I appreciate it. And see, like, what a lot of people don't realize is that it was me and my boy Dustin. That was it down there. Like, something happened at the last minute, and my head coach wasn't able to make it.
Oh, no kidding.
And none of my teammates were. Like, a lot, like, everything just like fell apart fight week. And like, so I get a phone call like a week out from my coach, and he's like, none of us can make it. Like, he's like, and like my coach is like almost in tears talking to me because he's that upset that he can't make it. Like, it was me, my teammate and best friend Dustin, who's always been in my corner since the day we started training together, and then it was my mom, my dad, and my dad's girlfriend, and that was it.
Wow.
That was the only people, and I'm not gonna lie, it was different because I've only fought in Biloxi. It was different walking out and not hearing my Scott County family and all my friends and stuff from high school that bought tickets always just cheering me on, and then turning around, and when Jim Alers walks out, the whole room just explodes. But it was also pretty cool that by the 5th round, you were hearing people cheer for Lionheart and the Bare Knuckle Beast. At that point, it was, as much as I don't like the comparison, it was Rocky versus Apollo 1. Like, I people that just counted me out and didn't like me on principle, that they were cheering for Jim, you know, were to the point that they were cheering me on just to keep the fight going.
Sure.
Right.
And so, I mean, like, it was kind of cool in that aspect, but it was definitely weird not having my fight family down there with me. And so we're already making game plans that, like, no matter where, whether it's Miami, New York, or wherever else they decide to send me, we're going to have game plans set to where everybody's able to make it for sure.
There you go. We got a couple of donations I want to get to real quick. We were with Kaleb Harris after his big fight, man, in Miami. This fight of the night for sure. Jim Alers went down strong. He didn't get the win, but I got to say this. I think there's going to be a lot of good fights coming out of this, and I think you got a lot of new fans for sure. Here we go.
Man, you better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
All right, this is from Chrome to Your Dome.
Lil Chuck, come work out with me for 3 weeks and I will have you knocking Jim out with one shot next time you fight him. He looked like a super thug fighting you. I can't have you getting dropped and beat up like that. I can get you superpowers.
This guy is a big man. He is, but I don't know. I think you're fine, honestly. What do you think?
I was about to say, I think he dropped me once, and I immediately popped back up. But after that, I did not go down the rest of the night. And in fact, Jim actually told me that in the 5th round, I caught him with a shot, and he thinks he was going to go down, but I ended up clinching him, and it kept him from falling. And I was like, I wish you hadn't have told me that, but...
There you go. All right, let's get another one over here. This is from Adam. Here we go.
Super
It's
chat.
Adam Malanga.
Hey!
My man Lionheart.
Oh, look at that. I'm assuming you know him.
Escobonia, baby.
There you go. Now, who is this?
He's one of my recent sponsors I picked up. Scobonia is a small town in Tennessee that was actually where a lot of bare knuckle fighter teams originated from. They actually used to call the town Skull and Fist. And he has started his own American-made, American-owned clothing brand. And it's more or less an embodiment of the attitude that bare knuckle fighting represents, where you're just literally willing to get in there and fight for what you want and fight for what you believe in. And got some of the best hoodies that I've ever worn. I mean,
That's awesome.
just some dope clothing.
Gotta check them out.
I want some dope clothing.
Yeah, we gotta check this out. What's their Instagram? Do you know their Instagram?
It's just Scobonia. Just spell Skull Bonia.
All righty.
Skull-
I'll give them a little pop.
Oh,
over.
right there.
All right, let me put it up over here. Skull
Follow
Bonia.
them. You gotta hit a follow. Hit follow.
All right, you got a new follower over here.
Oh, no,
Hold
you
on.
didn't follow.
Yeah, I know. Hold on a second, Jess.
Okay,
Jesus.
sorry. I got excited.
Jess there it is, Skullbonia. So check it out.
Skullbonia. So they do. Oh, this is interesting. This is fascinating.
I like
want
it.
I want some.
I'm gonna have to hit them up.
I want some hoodies.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's pretty badass. I like it.
Wintertime's almost over though. What do they do when when it's not wintertime?
Oh man, they've got shirts and everything, and we're actually in talk right now. He's been hitting me up, Adam has, and
it's awesome.
like getting my opinion on like hats and different things like that. So it's been pretty cool working with him.
So it's like Kaleb Harris, like mind twisted into the designs, Moss.
I like that. I really like their
So
gear.
you're getting Skullbonia and Kaleb Harris at the same time.
Not bad. I would definitely wear that. I'd rock that. It looks like you're a complete badass when you rock. Like even pussies like me could wear this. Makes me look tough. I need to get some Skullbonia so I look tough.
Oh man.
We got another donation coming on over here.
Man, you better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Kaleb the eyes, poke the eyes next time, John Jones style.
No, there you go.
Okay, I did not poke the eye. You go back and watch the video. That was a knuckle in the eye, not a finger.
I think he was recommending maybe next time poke him in the eye.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm not. I never want to. I've had one time in my career be accused of an illegal strike, and them claim after I won the fight that was the reason why I won, and it was total BS. So I do my best to make sure I never have any accidents like that.
All right, we're with the Lionheart from Bare Knuckle FC. Can't wait to see him get back into the cage.
Stop flexing. Every time you flex, I'm going to flex and show off my guns.
Flex off. Yeah, I can't wait to see you back into the competition with the ring and everything like that. The bare knuckles flying. I can't wait. I got to ask you this. Conor McGregor, who should he fight next?
Justin Gaethje. He's been dodging that fool. Yeah! Like, either shut the haters up or get put down by Gaethje. One of the two. I mean, at this point, I'm still salty about the cowboy thing. You won fair and square, but I'm still salty about it. But at the same time, that was at 170. You don't deserve a title shot at 155 against a guy that destroyed you, before. And I like watching Conor fight. I'm not a hater of Conor. I'm a fan, actually. But I don't like how the UFC is just got dollar signs in their eyes and not willing to, like, Justin has busted his ass to get to where he's at. He deserves either Conor or a shot at Khabib, one of the two.
There you go. I agree. I think that is the fight. I like you said, we got to get to the bottom of this because everyone's saying, oh, he's dodging Justin. He wanted to take Cowboy, which I don't even understand why everyone's like Cowboy's the layup. I understand the outcome of the fight.
You have to understand the context of that fight, though. Oh. Cowboy was coming off of a severe losing streak. A lot of people were arguing.
Severe? It was 2 fights.
That's pretty severe.
Oh, Jesus.
A lot of people were arguing that Cowboy is coming off of his prime, is past his greater days. So if you take that and then you put it in the realm of Conor McGregor, who came off of a loss to the lightweight division champion by submission, Cowboy's not going to submit Conor.
Man.
Cowboy's going to try and stay on the feet and do the kicks and the strikes. So it makes more sense for them to set up Cowboy Conor in order to set Conor up to win.
No respect on Cowboy's name. This is terrible.
I respect Cowboy. I'm just saying it made sense what they did.
Could you believe?
Jesse has some idea of the sport. This Stephen Smith guy.
That was horrible.
Down, stick to the sports where people handle balls and that area expertise. Stay out of fighting.
Did you see what he said about Deontay Wilder, Stephen A. Smith?
No, and I can't imagine. Which Deontay Wilder's not making himself any new fans right now, anyways. But all hail the Gypsy King. Just saying.
It's funny.
Knew he was going to win that fight. Did not know he was going to win like that, though.
It's crazy, right? I was pushing for the Gypsy King too, but I got to say this: Stephen A. Smith. I don't really ever agree with the man, but he started busting on the costume, and I was rolling. When Stephen A. Smith is on, as much of a knucklehead as this guy is. Holy shit, he tore into Deontay hard.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I highly suggest you see it. Like,
funny.
I'm with him. I don't agree with a lot that he says about MMA, but this one was... It made
me pop.
It blew my mind when I found out that Deontay Wilder walks out to the ring with a 45-pound...
And he tried it on the night before. And he realized how much it weighed.
Like, why? Like, okay, I get... He was trying to go all out to represent Black History Month, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But you're a fighter where your muscles and everything are what makes you win. Why would you, that would be like me walking out with 20 to 30 pounds on before I get ready to go fight.
Yeah.
That would make no sense.
Would you? I saw you walked out with the suicide awareness thing, which is fantastic, and
I loved that.
We'll get into that in a second. But would you ever walk out into something completely insane, just something bizarre, just to have a little fun?
Well, I actually already have a little bit. My first couple of fights when I joined Black Sales, back in I guess it was 2016. The whole reason I got started in martial arts was Power Rangers. So my first 2 amateur fights back with them coming off of what Jesse calls severe loss streak of 2 fights.
I didn't mean it like
massive.
Oh, now I feel like an asshole.
How do you
'cause-
bounce back,
I
right?
came out to the Power Rangers theme song, like the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and like I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my coach. I didn't tell anybody. I was walking out to that. I told them, they're like, well, what song did you pick? And I was like, don't worry, you'll see in just a minute. They're like, dude, it better not be Barbie's World or nothing like that. He's like, I was like, no, it's nothing like that. He's like, whatever it is, if it's dumb, he's like, you better win. And I went out there and like actually ended up breaking the dude's jaw. So I was like, well, I won, so I'm going to keep walking out to this for a little bit.
There you go.
Is that
works.
why you shrugged when I said severe losing streak? You're like,
Kind of. I was like, well, 2019, I started off with a 2-fight losing streak, and I got knocked out of the year. So,
You know,
I feel like an asshole now.
I
like
hate to break it to you, Caleb, but you're one fight away from a severe losing streak if you lose again. So do not lose your next fight.
I didn't mean it like that.
Jesse will say it's severe.
No, for Cowboy.
Coronavirus.
For Cowboy, it just didn't make sense for them to put him against Conor without losing streak.
think about it this way, guys. I went against Harris Stevenson, who was an undercard fighter just like I was, and we came to a split decision, or what should have been a controversial decision loss. The very next fight, I shocked the world with a 10 million view knockout. I just came off of a majority loss to Jim Alers. So if you take into account what I've done off of that, y'all already know at this point I'm back in the gym, and anytime I lose, I come back 10 times better. So go ahead and get ready. 2020 is still gonna be the year of the lion. I'm gonna be dropping fools. Like I'm getting back and I'm getting ready. By the time summertime rolls around, it's gonna be lights out city for everybody.
I believe you.
There you go. I believe you too. I'm Team Lionheart. Let me know in the chat with the lions and the hearts if you're Team Lionheart.
Now, I have to give a shout out to the chat. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to take a lot of your questions because I did have to leave for a few minutes, but I got 4 questions before I left. So
I'm about to say, I know Justin's blowing up my phone right now. So.
I only got 4. I apologize. I only got 4 of them. One of them was Flat Earth Deacon. He said, who's next for you? Who do you think is next?
Man, at this point, it's got to be somebody like Tom Shove, Isaac Valley Flag, Elvin Brito, somebody that's another main card fighter. I mean, I just went toe-to-toe with Jim Alers, so I'm expecting somebody.
Sure, yeah, and you put up a hell of a fight, so they shouldn't give you a layup.
So, and I'll never be the guy to ask for one. I've had managers that want to talk to me and stuff, be like, you need a win, you don't need a hard fight. Like, no, give me hard fights. Like, my record's 2-2, but you know what? I don't care what my record is. I'm fixing to go out there and fight the best. That's the only way you get better.
Right. Justin Jr. says, I noticed your boxing drastically improved against Jim Alers. Do you base it off of Nick Diaz's boxing? Leave the Diaz part in. I'm dead serious.
I mean, I've studied the Diaz brothers. I like how their boxing style is. As far as like basing it off of anything, no. I train my boxing and I train my head movement and my footwork just from what my coach has done. My coaches are from old school boxing gyms, so they train boxing old school way. So I mean that's pretty much it. I mean I don't really base my fighting style off of anybody. I'm 100% original.
Sure. Polar Bear wants to know who your favorite fighter is.
Who's my favorite fighter? It's Cowboy Cerrone, baby. I mean, how can you not like him?
What? Why are you dogging Cowboy?
I could have thought of so many better fighters.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Could you believe the disrespect?
I don't.
See, no. It's a good example. This is a good example. Because to a lot of fighters, Cowboy is their favorite fighter. But to a lot of fans that don't fight, he's not.
True.
Because
fair point.
For a fighter, I don't look at necessarily his record. I look at his willingness to fight anybody. I look at the fact that he has broken records left and right because he refuses to sit down. Like, there's guys retiring from the UFC at like 30 now. I'm like, you're 30 years old. You're just now in your prime and you're retiring. Like, why? Unless you're Khabib or Conor, who has made millions and millions of dollars, why? Why not go out there and fight? And that's what Cowboy's done. For the most of his life, he has just live to fight, and that's honestly how I am.
I don't want to step over, you know.
I've been in the building and watched Cowboy fight.
But if you think
I am a fan of Cowboy. Even though I'm a Conor guy, I am a fan of Cowboy Cerrone because this guy is a legend of the sport.
I agree.
You're dogging a legend right
No,
here.
I don't dog him. I have full respect for Cowboy Cerrone. And
Do you think he's BJ Penn right now? Like he had, at least BJ Penn was a champion. But
listen, I'm just saying, like, what about the other fighters that live to fight? You had Justin Gaethje. He lives to fight. Israel Adesanya
don't get me
lives
wrong.
to fight.
I love those fighters. I became a Justin Gaethje fan when I found out that he's a wrestler by nature.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched him get rocked, and instead of him shooting for a takedown and fight, he immediately stood back up, waved the guy in, and got ready to throw hands and won the fight. I was like, I became a fan of him then. But Cowboy will always be my favorite.
I want to shoot myself in the head listening to you.
Well, here's a segue. She's talking about shooting herself in the head. And this is not to make any light of this.
Don't.
Jesus. I want to talk about this whole movement that you got going over here. Walking up, I mean, there's something very special to you, the suicide awareness and prevention. You had the flag. You were rocking this proudly, and I think you did it justice. Can you tell us a little bit more of why you were rocking this flag?
Man, there's a big stigma on mental health in the world. It's not as bad as it used to be, but especially for men, like, because I mean, with women, like the stereotype is women are emotional, men are supposed to be strong. We don't have emotions, and that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it's just that's the truth. And like, there's a lot of people out there that feel like, oh, well, I'm a man. I can't admit that I've had thoughts of anxiety or depression, or I woke up one morning and thought, I can't take this anymore. She's, you know, this divorce is too much. I'm just going to end it all. And honestly, it was about 6 or 7 years ago, and I read a story called "To Write Love on Her Arms," it's a company that was based off of some incidents that happened with a girl. And if you get a chance, go research the story. But I'm laying there reading this story one night, and I mean, it just touched my heart. And after that, I became a big fighter for depression. And I mean, I've dealt with it. I don't claim to suffer from depression and anxiety, but I have bouts of it. Like, when dealing with personal issues and stuff like that, there's times where I will overthink and I will have anxiety attacks. And my parents have seen me break down before due to relationships, and like, my dad didn't know what to do. I was just having an attack. And after that, I became a strong advocate, because I know what it's like to sit there and think, maybe it would just be better if I didn't wake up tomorrow. And I just want, if I can stop one person in the world between now and the day I die, if I can stop one person from making that dreaded choice, then it was worth it. And, you know, this sport right here, I mean, we're badasses, guys. I mean, anybody that's willing to step in a ring or a cage or the circle or on the mats in jiu-jitsu, they're badasses. They prove that daily. And for me to be able to sit there and on here admit to the world that, yes, there's mornings and situations in my life where I broke down crying just because I couldn't handle it anymore. It lets people know that it's okay to admit that I deal with this, so that way they can go get help. Because that's the biggest problem with anxiety and suicide is people wait too late to ask for help until somebody's so far down the rabbit hole that you can't reach down there and help pull them back up. And it's been a strong part of what helps drive me to fight. And so finally, like, I was supposed to walk out with that flag my last fight, but due to some issues with the UPS man, I didn't get it in time. So I had that set up and did not tell anybody about it until this fight. And that's when I walked out at weigh-ins with it on. And I wanted the world to know that this is my cause and this is my sport. And that will be the flag that I walk out with from now on.
I tell you what, that's a great cause over there.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
How could you not back that up? That's pretty classy. I'm going to play a donation, and we want something special to happen real quick. Chrome to your dome.
Back up, you're going to go to
is
sleep.
coming in.
Man, you need to back up, or you can go to sleep too.
This is Chrome to your dome.
Kaleb, stop flexing unless you want these hoes come a-calling. You make Kevin from Chicago get a hard on when you flex, and that makes a lot of us uncomfortable.
Whoa.
That is your flexing, not Kevin getting hard, by the way.
Okay, so you're saying you're making men excited in the chat, apparently, when you flex.
All right, well, I'm not going to flex anymore, man.
Wonderful.
Guys aren't my thing, so.
Thank you to the donators. Kaleb, we got to ask you a question before we do let you go. Are you willing to fist pump with us one more time? We have a new song.
Of course.
Jesse, you ready to fist pump?
Yeah, I lost my pen.
All right, don't worry about your pen. It's okay. There's many more where they came from. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 100 likes over here, 113. Thank you for the likes. Keep liking this stream as we get ready to beat the ceiling. Jesse, you ready?
I'm ready, Moss.
All right, here we go. Gotta stretch out a little bit for a second. You ready?
Ready.
Here we go.
Wait for it.
100 likes.
Yes.
Watching fights. Fist so tight. MMA-Holes. Off the lights. 100 likes. Watching fights. Fist so tight. MMA-Holes. Off the lights. 100 likes. Watching fights. Fist so tight. MMA-Holes. Off the lights. 100 likes. Watching fights. Fist so tight. MMA-Holes. Off the lights.
Woo. Oh. Wow, that's some workout right there.
Legs can choke on a carrot.
Oh, God.
There you go. All right, Kaleb, that was great.
I think that's the best way to end it, Moss. We should have done that with Jason Showers, but we never got to the 100.
Yeah.
Who is that guy, by the way? I logged in and saw people talking about little Chuck and stuff like that. I'm like, wait, what? Because normally I watch about 30 minutes before I come on just to see what's going on the show and how the chat's reacting. And my phone died, so like I get back on and I'm going down to make a donation, and I see people talking about I've got Harris or I've got Lil Chuck. I'm like, y'all got
Oh yeah, they were talking about putting you guys against. I saw what you're talking about. They were making comments in the chat about Jason Showers versus Kaleb Harris.
Yeah, so this guy, he's a friend of the show from the very beginning when we started. We were working with an organization called Premier FC, which has a big fight this weekend. And he was one of the first fighters that I interviewed. So we have a loyalty to this guy every time. Like, that's how I am. Like with Kaleb, too. I mean, listen, you're here from the beginning. You're here young in the MMA-Holes days. That's it. We're boys. That's how we roll.
If you become a friend of the show, like, there's no question. We'll always have you on. You know,
so he's an OG.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can fuck him up.
I was wondering, like, I got on and I was like, what's this going on here? Like,
who do you think wins? You or Jason Showers?
I got fights to watch this weekend along with my boy Dustin. So.
There you go. What do you think? You think they should go at it, these two?
Jason Showers or Kaleb Harris? Who wins?
I'm not going to. I plead the fifth. I'm not going to say anything, Jesse.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I feel like.
Yeah,
is it safe for me to say?
Well, Kaleb has a little bit more experience, so
That's
it's not fair.
Just
a little bit more experience.
I was gonna go on, but you know what? I'm just gonna plead the fifth.
I mean, I like the guy, man, because like when I did log on, he was like, "I'm down to fight anybody." I'm like, "All right, well, automatically, I don't know who he is, but I like him."
That's what we should do. We should have like an MMA-Holes like event.
We should create our own organization.
Fuck this, right? The MMA-Holes event where we have MMA-Hole fighters going against each other.
Pro fighters. We have an AMI league and a pro league.
Yeah, with our own rules.
Oh yeah, I'm down. You want to do it?
But you can't have a 2-fight losing streak because that's severe.
You see this?
Okay. All right.
Wonderful.
Anyway,
all right.
Kaleb, we're not going to waste your time anymore. Now is the time for a shout out to your sponsors. So go for it, my friend.
All right, y'all know me, man. I think somebody made it last time. I got to have a list of all my sponsors. So.
Get the popcorn.
Right. I seriously want to thank Primal Martial Arts, which is founded by my best friend Dustin the Puma, Lyle's Machinery, Beavers Unlimited, Shelby's Electric, Candy Bone, the first and only band to ever sponsor me. Y'all need to check out their song, Welcome to the Freak Show, one of the best songs you'll ever listen to. Fit Chef Catering for getting me in the best shape of my life to make the cut back to 155. I actually ended up weighing in a pound underweight, and I was shredded as all get out. MMA and Rev Gear, both thank y'all for all the gear that y'all sent me. Mystic Roots, of course, for all the healing supplements y'all sent me. Mary Jane's House of Glass for the killer pipe that they sent me to smoke my Mystic Roots hemp flower out of. So that's a new experience I'm getting to do. And then Skullbonia, of course, for not only being a great sponsor, but calling me on the day of weigh-ins and the day of the fight to pray over me and wish me luck. To all of you guys, and Designed by Winning with Jonathan Yargates, who wasn't able to watch tonight, but has done some amazing promo work. To all you guys, thank you, and I love you all. And then to anybody out there that may be contemplating suicide, hit me up. I'll talk to you. I'll help you come off that ledge, like, for real. As always, guys, it's been wonderful, wonderful.
There you go.
Wonderful,
Kaleb,
wonderful.
we're looking forward to seeing what's in store for you in the future, and come back anytime.
I appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Talk to y'all soon.
There he is, the Lionheart, Kaleb Harris, on the MMA-Holes, and it didn't go his way, but I tell you what, it felt like he won. It really did. That was so much fun to watch. And here's a picture of both of them getting stitched up, him and Jim Alers. Chat room, what do you say as we get ready to get into the news?
Muff Metal says, cheers, bro. Mystic Root says, thanks for coming on, Kaleb. Good stuff, Kaleb, says Daniel Caballos. Lil Chuck with a round of applause from Flat Earth Deacon. Kevin from Chicago says, love you, bud. Call me in my shell phone. Ann H says, love you, Kaleb. Wonderful, wonderful. I had it 3-2 hours, says Justin Jr. Well, I think that's what the judges had it as well, which is unfortunate because I think Kaleb really put up a hell of a fight. Psycho Goat Ferguson says Moss versus Kaleb in Steel Cage. Cinema Bidet says Drunk Savage. King of the Dead says great interview. Polar Bear was awesome interview. T-Bird says love the Callan interviews. Kaleb. He spelled it wrong. Pale Monkey says bring back a Bad Influence Bat maybe one day.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And Nicole Wilson says, like that dude, Kaleb, the Lionheart is the best. Brisbane, Australia in the house is Sean Mans. Adam Amalanga says, had fun. Thanks, guys. Well, we're not done yet. Stick around. We got a whole other maybe 15 minutes of the show left to do, so stick around.
Yeah, we went a little bit longer because of, listen, these guys are cool peeps. You know, and they're friends of the show, and, you know, we have some loyalty. We like these guys, and we wish them the best.
Yes.
We do have some news to get to. We'll do some rapid fire with the news. We spoke about Conor in the beginning of the show, throughout the show. Who is next for Conor? You can drop in the chat what you think.
But
yes,
before we continue, Moss.
Tell me, Jesse. Talk to me.
I must tell you what our realtor told us.
Oh, fuck. It's good news.
We didn't get it.
No?
No. I'm just kidding.
What?
They accepted our offer, Moss.
They accepted our offer.
And we're under contract.
They accepted our offer. What? We going to Arizona, baby. We going to Arizona. Holy shit.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So we're under contract now, Moss.
All right.
And within the next 10 days, we've got a lot of stuff that we're going to have to take care of, so be prepared for the stress. But we made it.
Wow. That's
Mama,
crazy. That's great news. We finally found a place that might, knock on wood, this is a big step forward. So, hey, we might have a home. So that's nice. So get ready for the MMA-Holes road trip. Down below in the description, there's another channel. There's a JBH in real life and Mystic in real life. Down below, if you want to watch our journey over there, definitely subscribe to that channel, and we'll take you IRL over there. How about that, man?
When he told me, I was like, I wanted to scream over the phone. Like, he was laughing. Like, I was stoked.
Yeah, oh, shit. This is why I wanted to ask Kaleb.
Oh, yeah. Mike Tyson's daughter.
I had this queued up. I wanted to ask him.
We'll talk about
if he would marry Kaleb. If you're in the chat still, I don't know if you are, but if you're in the chat, would you marry Mike Tyson's daughter for $10 million?
So Roberto Lopez says, are you building a new production studio? We're trying to get a better studio, yes. So that's one of the reasons we're moving, is to have a bigger, better, more functional studio.
Yeah, we're too crammed over here. Yeah. We really are too crammed over here. So hopefully we can put something together that's a little more spacious, where we can work and give you guys some more stuff. Yeah. And with our a bigger space brings more streams. We can have more ideas for streams and give you guys more content.
I'm so excited!
Oh yeah, baby, this is good. All right, so so Boxer, this is shout out to Drunk Savage for dropping this here. I actually looked it up, and it looks like it's true. Now, I never seen this big girl before, but super chat.
Sir, are you a crybaby bad A?
What?
Are you a crybaby bad A? Maybe that was for Caleb or for us. I don't know. We all cry when we're emotional, and we've had a bad day or a bad day.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, Jonathan Wilberding. We got a couple other donations coming in. Let's just play these, and we'll get into the stories. And I want to know if people are willing to marry Mike Tyson. $10 million is a lot of money. I'm trying to think. If I was a single man,
back up, or you're gonna go to sleep. And then you need to back up, or you can go to sleep too.
Breaking news. Carnage this Thursday will be getting better Wi-Fi so he can game with the best YouTube channel on earth. #MA-Holes. The so-called Wi-Fi company will be 3 times better than the Wi-Fi he formerly had.
All right, yeah! Carnage!
Wonderful, wonderful.
Congratulations on your new Wi-Fi. Appreciate that. You looking forward to playing a little Fortnite with Carnage again?
Yes.
Smash the shite out of the likes. I want to beat it up again. Get us to 200. We do the fist pump. Once again, some more donations coming in over here. I'll let them play out.
Because I have to pee.
All right, go pee it up. As yeah, thank you to the donations. Really appreciate the support. As you guys are keeping us going here.
You're gonna go to sleep. And then you need to back up, or you can go to sleep too.
First rule of the MMA-Holes Fighting Championship is,
let's do it.
There are no rules. May the best man survive. The MMA-Holes Championship is an organization that helps thin out the population. Only the strong are allowed to survive. Souls will leave their bodies.
I'm telling you, it's not a bad idea. We're lucky, we're fortunate enough to have promotions that would help us with something like this. And I tell you, I would love to do an MMA-Holes only fighting championship where we have people from the community that are, of course, backed by gyms. This is not like street beefs or anything like that. I want to be semi-legit. I think that'd be a lot of fun. You know, hash out your chat room beefs inside a cage.
Oh, yeah.
Renee!
Give me that stank breath. Oh, give me that stank breath. Give me that stank breath. Oh, yeah. Give me that stank breath. Give me that stank breath. Stank breath.
Fuck yeah, boys. West Coast bound. Golden sunsets and beers by the pool in October and November. Cheers, fam.
I cannot wait to change it up. I love New York. Thank you, Renee. You know, New York has been very good to me. I made some very good friends. I have great family over here in New York, and I'll be back many more times. But I'm ready to start something new and take this channel to a new location because I believe wherever we go, we'll succeed. And now we've already tackled the New York East Coast stuff. Let's go to West Coast.
And then you need to back up, or you can go to sleep too.
Kainoto.
I didn't know that was Mike's daughter. I thought that was Precious' older sister. Atrocious.
I think it's her. I think it's like real. I looked up, and I looked it up, and atrocious. Oh man.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm not going to describe for Podbean and iTunes. You're going to have to watch the live feed yourself. I don't really want to describe what I see over here, but she's interesting looking. Right? I think that's a fair. Would you like to describe her, Jesse?
What?
For the people that are listening.
I just got back. What are we doing?
The looks of Mike's daughter, or no?
Should we avoid
beautiful.
Go to sleep. She's beautiful. And then you need to back up, or you can go to sleep too.
Jessica and Moss, welcome to the West Coast. The pizza sucks though unless you go to Costco. I hope you guys hold a live studio show soon because your Carly people will show up.
There you go. Hell yeah, baby. Thank you, Kainoto. And yeah, I'm fully aware. But maybe the pizza, maybe I'll actually lose a little bit of my belly.
So nice. I told my mom.
Yeah?
So get this. I asked if she was awake. She said no. She said my dad was already asleep because I wanted to tell her about this. I haven't told her about this house at all. I haven't given her pictures. I haven't sent her a link because I believe in superstition. So I haven't told her anything about this place. And now that we've been accepted and we're now under contract, I wanted to send it to her to look at. Here, I'll tell you in a second.
I would marry, then hire a nutritionist.
Right. Drive Lily. It's not a bad idea, right? $10 million. It's pretty that's pretty impressive. 10 mil?
So,
I mean, it's a lot of money. Go ahead, Jess. Finish up your story.
So I said, when are you available tomorrow to speak? Because my dad was already asleep. And she gives me time, and I say, okay, I'm going to call you at that time, Arizona time, tomorrow. So make sure you're both together so I can call you, because I wanted to tell him about it.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, why? Are you pregnant? That's the first thing that comes out of this is my mother.
I'm trying to
For
tell
you
her
guys.
that they're not
She
excited.
goes-
They're not excited about you going over there.
No, she
They don't
just
care.
said she just wants grandchildren.
She just wants grandkids, yeah.
She doesn't care where we live. She's like, why? Are you pregnant?
I've listened to their phone calls.
This is my mother.
And I'm like, she doesn't want you there.
Back up and you can go to sleep too.
I don't care what she looks like. Her father is Mike Tyson. Last thing I would want to do is talk about one of his kids. Even if she looks like she ate all of Ken's Heroes dogs.
God.
And I just said, haha, okay, be ready. I'll call at that time tomorrow morning. She goes, LOL, you didn't answer. When are you due?
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
My mom is such a nut. Like, she's such a nut.
Now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense.
But she's going to be disappointed when I tell you, hey, we're just moving closer.
We're moving closer. What?
She's
Stay
like, no,
over there.
baby.
All right. God.
She goes, September.
Oh my God. Why am I doing this? Maybe I'm making a mistake. I don't know. All
I
right.
said stop. I was like, stop. I'll call you tomorrow.
So anyway, let me know in the chat, yes or no, would you take the money? And then we'll go into the real stories. All right, let's see the chat. I just want a simple yes or no. Would you take the money?
Danielle says it's not bad in AZ. It's actually great right now. Yeah, I couldn't disagree. East Coast has better rappers, bro, says Staley.
True.
Gil Bates says muff face weird beard man. Flyer thinking says
you
nope.
back up, you're gonna go to sleep. And then you need to back up and you can go to sleep too.
We got Kainoto.
$10 million is sensible. Even trade for losing your hopes and dreams. Call it even. Hope you guys are close to Havasu because it's like hours away from Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's close enough where we can drive to places, which is nice. Thank you, Kainoto. All right, a couple more comments from the chat room, and then we're going to get into the stories. Going a little longer tonight. Hanging with the boys.
Ryan Reedy says move to Oregon. I presented that idea. Moss was very against it.
I was like, Oregon looks beautiful.
It's
but
gorgeous.
It's not for me.
It's gorgeous.
It is not for. I've seen
you know why? The
many
people.
places over there.
He wouldn't get along with the people. The people in Oregon are very hippie.
Oh shit, we got a time machine. Look out!
Got a smartphone and I need a time machine.
Oh my God! Get in the time machine.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Tell me that if I fuck you in your ass, you punk white boy, you're faggot. You can't touch me, you're not man enough.
Wow.
I'll eat your asshole alive, you bitch. Fuck you, you hoe. Come and say to my face, fuck you, ass for everybody. You bitch. Come on, you bitch. You're scared coward. You're not man enough to fuck with me. You can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. Look at you scared now, you hoe. Scared like a little white pussy. Scared of the real man. I'll fuck you till you love me.
That's your father-in-law right there.
This rant is some scary shit lol. He'll probably go OJ if you mess around with his daughter.
It's a good point. You know what? I am not taking the deal. That's it. I'm out. Thank you, Roberto, with the time machine. Yeah, that's it. Jess, would you take this offer?
You know what?
It's a lot of money.
I don't like that people do this because I think that everyone is beautiful in their own way. You know.
What would you do if your dad? I got to tell you something, Jess.
But.
I have a secret bank account.
Okay.
And I have $10 million in it because your dad offered me the same deal.
That's impossible because my dad does not have $10 million.
I got the same offer from your dad. I didn't want to tell you on air, but that's actually the truth. Right, Connor? All right. Anyway, let's move on to the news. Come on. It's getting a little crazy over here. All right. What do we have over here in the news? Oh, Jesus Christ. This is the MMA-Holes.com. Get your asses over there so you can see all the craziness.
Do you want to start with the first...
Let's do a rapid fire.
Okay.
Let's just fly through this shit.
So there's a physician with alleged ties to the UFC legends charged in fraud money laundering scheme.
Oh, shit. Hold on a
pause those, Moss.
All right. Chrome.
Before I take this deal, I need to see the rest of her body.
So you're thinking...
That's really fucked up. That's fucked up, man.
I need to see... Oh, imagine you're in a meeting with Mike Tyson and his daughter. Take off her clothes and put the money on the table. I'll pull the money in my direction. If I like what I see, I got to see the product first. Okay.
Yikes.
All righty. Thank you.
A physician with the alleged ties to UFC legends charged in fraud and money laundering scheme totaling over $120 million. A would-be physician with business ties to several MMA stars faces serious charges after being indicted over a fraud and money laundering scheme that allegedly sought to defraud Medicare over $120 million. The United States Department of Justice released a statement Wednesday announcing that Francisco Patino, 65, of Wayne County, Michigan, has been charged in a superseding indictment with one count of conspiracy to commit a healthcare fraud and wire fraud, one count of conspiracy to commit money laundering, and one count of money laundering. An initial indictment saw Patino charged with 2 counts of healthcare fraud and 1 count of conspiracy to defraud in the United States and paid and received healthcare kickbacks. Patino is alleged to have unnecessarily distributed over 2.2 million dosage units of controlled substances and administered medically unnecessary injections that resulted in potential harm.
What?
To his patients. His case...
Wait, who is this guy?
He is affiliated with what they're quoting as MMA legends.
So wait. All right. This
so
is very vague, this story.
I would say some of the champions involved in the sport.
So maybe I'm hearing this wrong. He's injecting people with unnecessary stuff?
He is distributing dosage units of controlled substances and administering medically unnecessary injections to fighters, but those fighters' names are undisclosed.
What the hell?
Yeah. Per the allegations laid out in the statement, Patino laundered the proceeds of a healthcare scheme and used the resources to build up his image as a legitimate physician and diet guru. Patino sponsored several combat sports athletes, including prominent UFC world champions and Hall of Famers. The statement does not name the athletes involved. Patino is alleged to have been the top prescriber of oxycodone 30 milligrams in Michigan for 2016 to 2017, and that from 2008 to 2018, he offered unnecessary prescriptions for addictive opioids such as fentanyl, oxycodone, and oxymorphone.
Sounds like a good time, this guy.
The superseding indictment alleges that Patino provided these prescriptions to Medicare beneficiaries who were addicted to narcotics and that the opioids were later resold. Patino also allegedly forced patients to undergo unnecessary procedures and injections in exchange for the opioid prescriptions, which was tied to the defrauding of Medicare of over $120 million. Medicare had previously informed Patino that these practices were unlawful. Other accusations Patino faces include unnecessary urine drug testing in exchange for illegal kickbacks, falsely portraying himself as a media personality and physician, and entering into sham contracts to have others pay sponsorship money on his behalf. Patino's charges are part of an investigation allegedly involving over $300 million of Medicare fraud and the distribution of 6.6 million dosage units in the Tri-County network of pain clinics in Michigan and Ohio.
I don't see anything wrong with this, Jesse.
You're kidding me.
No, it seems just fine. Next.
Oh, man.
Jesus. If we get more details, I would like to actually know who the fighters were and what the hell's going on here. I mean, I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm. So, according to the Bleacher Report, Khabib says the Conor McGregor rematch talk is only good for drama and money.
This is number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
A rematch with Conor McGregor still doesn't appeal to Khabib Nurmagomedov, who told TMZ Sports on Wednesday that talk of the two fighting again can be dismissed as merely motivated by drama and money. Nurmagomedov doesn't believe a second scrap with McGregor would be a credible option for the UFC lightweight division, of which he is champion. Specifically, Nurmagomedov was not worried by McGregor or wowed beating Donald Cerrone in 40 seconds at UFC 246 in January. According to Nurmagomedov, the challenge is for McGregor to prove himself all over again and test himself against tougher competition. Cerrone is not a high-level lightweight or welterweight right now. Of course, he is a big name, but his time is finished. McGregor has to fight really tough opponents like Justin Gaethje or something like this. And he has to come back to the lightweight division. He has to cut. This is what Khabib said. Rather than gearing up to face McGregor again, Nurmagomedov is preparing to defend his title against Tony Ferguson at UFC 249. The 31-year-old believes his opponent at the Barclays Center on April 18th will present a more daunting challenge. When comparing Comparing him to McGregor, Dustin Poirier, and Edson Barboza, Nurmagomedov rated Ferguson as a little bit more tough than all of them. Squaring off with Ferguson will provide a stern test of Nurmagomedov's ability to remain the dominant force in the position. He's fought just once since returning from suspension for his part in the melee that took place both inside and outside of the octagon when he made McGregor, who was also fined and served a temporary ban, tap in the 4th round at UFC 229 back in October 2018. The Russian won his comeback fight by wearing down Poirier at UFC 242 last September. Victory proved Nurmagomedov's submission skills were still without equal, while he remains in good enough condition to beat any top-ranked contender.
There you go. I mean, I think when it comes to Conor McGregor, I think they will dance again. I think Khabib and Conor will dance again, but not next. There needs to be another fight in between, at least for McGregor. That's my opinion. Jess, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Let's see what we next story over here in the news.
Next story is just an insider's debate according to ESPN. Conor McGregor's future. Should Justin Gaethje be next, or will he box Manny Pacquiao? This is just a debate to use with the chat and between yourself.
All right, real quick then. We spoke about this a lot in the beginning of the show. Real quick. Would you rather see Pacquiao or Gaethje? Now, I know a lot of people in the chat could be like, I want to see Tony. I want to see Khabib. No. Pacquiao, Gaethje. Just that's the question. Those are the two answers that we want over here. I'd rather Gaethje because I just think that makes more sense. I don't care about boxing, but let's see. All right, looking into the chat room over here, I see a couple of Justins. I'm curious if there's any Pacquiao peeps in the chat. More Justins coming in. Rogelio, Joel, Justin. Okay, let's see what we got. Chat room slowed down a little bit. I don't know. I think everyone fell asleep. Wake up. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. All right. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting anymore. Let's move on to the next story.
All right. So this one, I'm not going to get fully into the story. Ali Abdelaziz shut down the Conor McGregor versus Justin Gaethje rumor. He posted out a tweet that said, this rumor about Justin Gaethje fighting the notorious MMA is absolutely false. He had the opportunity to fight him already instead of Cowboy, but he didn't. Justin is the #1 contender, and like Khabib said, Conor needs to win 10 fights.
He is just trying to lobby to get Justin some cash. That's what he's trying to do. That's all he's doing. He's being Ali. All right, next, Izzy.
So the UFC 248 lineup has been finalized for the Izzy versus Romero card.
This is creamy, Jesse.
It tops the double tilt title. Double title tilt. Sorry, my apologies.
Double tit title?
Yeah, double tit title.
Right.
So the main card pay-per-view starts at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's Israel Adesanya versus Yoel Romero for the title. Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk for the straw weight for the co-main event. And then we've got Beneil Dariush versus Drakkar Klose, Li Jingliang versus Neil Magny, and Max Griffin versus Alex Oliveira. On our preliminary card that starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sean O'Malley versus Jose Quinones, Austin Hubbard versus Mark Madsen, Saparbek Safarov versus Rodolfo Vieira, Gerald Mearshart versus Duran Wynn. And then on our early prelim card, which is on ESPN Plus, starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Polyana Viana versus Emily Whitmire, Jamal Emmers versus Mavsar Evlov, and Dana Batgirl versus Guido Canetti.
Am I wrong? But this card's kind of creamy.
I like it a lot. I think this is better than the last pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah. Now, listen, as much as I don't think Romero deserves a title shot, that doesn't mean this is a great fight. You know, it's just going to be fun. There's no way this fight's going to suck, right? Mm-hmm. Is this fight going to suck?
This fight's going to suck.
No, it's not, Dana. Dana, come on.
This fight's going to suck.
No, it's going to be great. And Weili Zhang versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk, that's fire. There are a lot of people that are strong on Zhang, a lot of people strong on the former champ, JJ. This should be interesting. It should be very, very interesting. Coronavirus. Do you think that's going to play a part in this thing, which I am completely terrified of now that I have noticed that it's getting worse? Now I care. And seeing Weili Zhang, I hope she doesn't. Do you think she's going to infect everyone? Or is she going to fight with a surgical mask?
So she was cleared, actually. So what she had to do was apply for the visa to get to the U.S. early.
I think she should fight with a mask.
She was cleared. Like, she's good. She's cleared, so.
Okay. So no mask, you're saying?
No mask.
Okay. Fair enough. This is good stuff, though. It really is a good card. Okay, let's get into the next story.
All right.
Fly through the news.
So this isn't really a story. Dan Hooker has upgraded in the latest UFC rankings. He is now within the top 5 of the lightweight division.
You lost.
After he won over Paul Felder.
Oh, you won? I thought you lost.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he lost.
Something for you to know.
I mean, listen, he deserves to be up there, but wasn't his best showing, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Our next topic, Jose Aldo's legendary status alone shouldn't be criteria for leapfrogging worthy contenders. So let me just say, for these next two topics, actually, you could probably skip the next one, because a lot of controversy, a lot of debate is going around about whether or not Jose Aldo deserves the title shot against Henry Cejudo, saying that he hasn't really earned it, and that the UFC is just trying to leapfrog it for a better fight.
It doesn't make sense. But do I like the fight? I do. It's kind of feels like...
I don't think he deserves it.
Not at all. Well, how about Dominic Cruz? Did you see this, Jesse? Hold on a second. Let's go. I don't know if you saw what Dominic Cruz has been doing, but this could add something interesting. Dominic Cruz putting a post out there and saying that... Hold on, let's get to him. Dominator, the former champ over here. What does he say, Jesse?
He says, I'm coming for everything I deserve. At UFC, hashtag Dominic Cruz, hashtag Dom Cruz, hashtag Team Cruz, hashtag Cruz Alliance, hashtag UFC, hashtag MMA.
The Dominator back in the mix. That throws a whole nother monkey wrench. I think Aljamain is never going to get a title shot. the way this is going down, and you got, Cody Garbrandt. When the hell is he coming back? And maybe they should run that fight back. Dominic Cruz and Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun to run back.
Yeah, it'd be fun to watch.
And interesting, because I'm curious to see. Cody dominated Dominic the first time around, but now Cody's chin's a little suspect. Dominic's got this chip on his shoulder. That'd be fantastic. But AIDS Aldo versus Henry Cejudo, I'm kind of into the fight. It just really shouldn't happen. Who do you have?
Shit, man, I don't know.
Like, put aside anything. Just like
say.
Yeah,
but that's a tough one to call. You got a
gun to your head.
You got a champ and a former champ.
Coronavirus to your mouth. Who do you pick? If you don't pick, you get the coronavirus. Dead air.
I just don't know. That's a tough one to pick, Moss.
You got to pick one, or you get the coronavirus. You don't want the coronavirus. You have to pick. No choice. AIDS Aldo, Henry Cejudo. Pick your poison.
Yeah, I don't know. Wait till fight briefing.
You have to pick one. You're going to get the virus. You don't want the virus.
Wait till fight briefing, Moss.
All right. So I'm going to look at this, and you know what, Jesse? You know who I'm going to pick? I'm picking AIDS Aldo. I'm picking fucking AIDS Aldo. I love AIDS Aldo.
You always pick Aldo.
He's my man. AIDS Aldo for the win.
Even if he's going to lose, you pick Aldo.
First of all, AIDS Aldo, and that's why he has this fight, he won his last fight. I don't care what anyone says. He won his last fight. This guy, the former 145 GOAT, AIDS Aldo versus Manlit Cejudo. Come on, man. Are you...
Man, you better back up. You
come
go
on.
to sleep. Man, you need to
AIDS
back
Aldo,
up. You
baby.
go to sleep too.
Jesse, chill out. Most of us just like talking shit. This show is therapy for a lot of us. Very cathartic. Except for Kevin. He mean it. The only thing black about Kevin is his soul.
Whoa.
Chill out. What do you mean chill out? What did I forget about?
I don't know. That might have been from earlier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not sure.
I don't recall freaking out.
You got to chill out, Jess.
About anything.
I don't know. Maybe it was the house. I can't remember. Thank you, Kainoda. Appreciate it. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right. Here we go. Mosh, you better be trolling. Don't be a bitch. The virus is a virus. You better be trolling. So when Jesse was going crazy about this coronavirus thing, I was like, come on. Like, what are we doing here? Just live your life, right? Remember that? Jesse was going nuts, like freaking out about it. And now she's not going nuts. And everywhere, I don't watch the news on purpose. I don't listen to the news. I don't do any of that stuff. Everywhere I go, I see something about this. So I'm like, okay, let me find out what's going on. I look, and on Long Island, Nassau, Long Island, there's like 84 cases of people that may have the virus just in Long Island. And then I find out in New York, there's like 700 cases. And I'm like, what?
Do you know why?
It's airborne.
Do you know why I'm not freaking out about it this time?
Why?
How many times have we been through, like, the bird flu, the H1N1, the Ebola, and this virus and that virus and this plague and that plague and 2012 and all this bullshit that we're all supposed to be scared of, right? I honestly believe. Now, let's think about this. There was a drone airstrike on Iran just recently, and all of a sudden this coronavirus becomes a huge thing, distracting everybody. And I always realize that I figured it out. I finally figured it out. Maybe I'm an idiot for being so late to the game, but I finally figured it out. There's always some sort of virus, some sort of outbreak that comes out and scares everyone and tracks our focus over to that. So right after some sort of war type of situation that just recently happened. I'm like, oh, okay. Iran gets the drone strike. All of a sudden, coronavirus comes out.
Did you see the stock market?
Shocker.
Have you seen the stock market?
Well, of course the stock market's going to drop because everyone's scared. But they don't realize that the government is trying to.
You know what's real news and not fake news? The stock market. If the stock market's good, I love Trump.
Listen, what are we going to do? We're going to stop our whole lives and prepare for the coronavirus? No, we got to keep going.
If the economy falls and fails, and it's this goddamn coronavirus's fault, I'm going to find the coronavirus and I'm going to kill it.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to kill the coronavirus.
Nothing. You're not going to do anything.
I'm going to find the cure.
Live your life until you die.
You need to back up and you can go to sleep.
I don't like this.
Every administration has its own flu monster. Obama was SARS, Jesse nailed I. I think this virus is different and was made by the Chinese to fuck up all other ethnicities' DNA. They want to rule the world.
Dude, China's fucked right now. They are fucked. They're like closing down places, and
I'm at the point.
It's nuts.
I'm at the point. What the fuck are you gonna do? You're gonna stop your whole life?
I'm gonna stop the coronavirus.
You're gonna stop your whole life and lock yourself in a room because you're afraid of getting the coronavirus? Like,
I challenge you, coronavirus. Me and you, buddy. Me versus the coronavirus. A 5-round fight. I'm going 5 rounds, not that 3 shit. I'm going to train my cardio, and I want to tee off on you. I'm going to choke you the fuck out, coronavirus. I'm going to take you to town. All the money on Mystic. I'm going to take you out, coronavirus, because I can't deal with this shit anymore. I'm getting stressed out. I'm getting a lot more grace. Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
What else is in the
CBD?
news? No. I'll have it Friday.
Tonight?
Friday, and maybe I'll have it after the show.
Yeah, after the show, you want to go outside and smoke some CBD?
I probably will. Okay. I say no, but I'm probably going to do it.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse, what else do we have in the news?
Not really anything.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. It's the Jose Aldo stuff again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we have a big fight this weekend. Well,
yes.
is it?
Well, not like huge, but, it's there.
Oh, man. New virus every 2 years. Yeah, but here's the thing. I've never been afraid of a bird flu or any of that bullshit. I've never been afraid of any of that stuff because it's never gotten to this level, and that's the problem.
But they want it to get to this level because they want you to be scared. They want you to focus on something else while all the other war shit and everything else that we should be worried about is happening.
Why are we worried about war? What are we going to do?
Back up, you're going to go to
if
sleep.
Someone drops
you need to back up.
What are we going to do?
On you, of course you're going to be worried.
What are we going to do about a war?
Yes, and I live in Long Island. That's why I keep my strap on me when I'm out and about.
Shoot that coronavirus.
If I see someone that looks like they might turn into a zombie, I'm putting 3 holes in their head like bowling ball. You sick, I'm gonna empty my clip.
I am with you. I'm going to get a gun to shoot the coronavirus. I am going to get on a plane because we're going to have to fly. And I'm going to have the mask on. Chinese people, you're smart. I'm going to put the mask on my face. Jesse's going to have to walk around. You know what I was thinking today when I was on the treadmill? How do I put a mask on my face with my beard? It's going to pop up.
No, you can put a mask on.
I need the beard mask. I need one that goes over my whole head.
The mask stretch so you can put it under your chin.
I need a mask that just covers my whole entire face.
You were thinking that on the treadmill?
I was on the treadmill. I'm going on my little walk because I don't run. I'm a big pussy. And I'm just walking on that thing, burning them calories. And I'm just like, and as I'm there, I am watching the TV. There's no sound on. I'm just seeing the ticker go by with these people that have the coronavirus. I'm like, come on. Can you just show me the sports, the weather? That's all I want to see. And then I'm thinking, how am I going to get on this plane? I'm going to have to wrap something around my face. A bubble, maybe. I'll just roll in a hamster wheel. Bubble-ish. Okay. This weekend. Figueiredo versus Benavidez. For the 125-pound strap vacated. And we have a fight that, okay, who cares, right? But it's happening, and it is a fight, and we're going to react to it. So we have Felicia Spencer versus Azara Farn. Eaton Cute Lava versus Mahomed Ankalav. That's a good one. Cutie Lava is a fucking lunatic. And he gave the stank breath to Khalil Roundtree, so I'm down for that. Megan Anderson back versus Norma Dumont. Grant Dawson versus Derek Minor. For a fight night, there's some interesting fights here. Felicia Spencer, I'm looking forward to seeing her back in with those big jungle gazungas hanging from her, right? Felicia Spencer, maybe she's going to get a boob submission or something. 7 and oh, wait, didn't she take an L? Didn't she lose to CYBORG?
Yes.
So why is she at 7-0?
What do you mean? Oh, maybe the UFC just didn't update it?
What's that about? You lost to CYBORG. What the fuck? Okay. Shout out to UFC.com for getting it right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Anyway, all right. So that's this weekend on Saturday. We'll be doing a fight reaction to it live. And anything else this week? Is there a Bellator, Jess? Do you know?
No, not that I'm aware.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take a look.
Bellator 239 was the last one.
Oh, let's see. Isn't like James Gallagher fighting or some shit?
Or 240. Is it 240 the last one?
Oh, it's March 13th is the next one. Pitbull versus Carvalho.
That's your birth weekend.
So, and I expect, my birthday's March 8th. I expect things in our box down below. We have a UPS box. You better get it in quick because I expect presents to be there. I'm going to open it up live on there.
Or you could just jump
Or
into
cards.
our IRL streams because I'm going to do some this week and help us do a group gift to Moss for something that he really wants.
You're going to go to sleep.
want presents.
Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
How's your ground game, Moss?
Oh, I'm gonna
If the
take him out.
coronavirus took your back or shot in for a double leg,
I would let him purposely take my back. I would say, sink the hooks in. I will fight the coronavirus hands and peel them away. From under my beard, I'll go, hey, coronavirus! And I'll hold the coronavirus's hands up in the air and be like, you can't do shit! You ain't doing nothing to me.
Fucking nothing.
And I'd fucking roll. I would spin inside the guard of the coronavirus and fucking elbow! How? Right in the coronavirus's face. And then their face will bounce off the mat multiple times. I will get up and I will stand over them and taunt them and make them suffer for the pain and stress that I've gone through thinking about this virus. All right, Jesse.
Man, you better back up.
Oh,
You're going to go
hold
to
on.
sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
if Magic Johnson has survived this long with HIV, then the coronavirus really isn't shit. China just doesn't care to help its people because there are so many of them. They're using this virus to help lower their population because it's so crowded there.
It is overpopulated. Could you imagine it? It's not impossible. I always thought any of these viruses or these crazy diseases that are out there are population control. Nature's way of controlling the populations. Anyway, well, that's a conversation for another time. Shout out to this chat for hanging with us the whole entire show. Let me know what the ones in the chat, if you were here from the very beginning, the Bruce Buffer intro to right now. Drop ones in the chat as we wind this thing down. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. 35,100.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful people. All right, last words from the chat. Ones if you were here from the very beginning, and then we're out of here.
Steve Madden drops to 69. Rogelio Hernandez 1. Flatter Deacon laughing in the chat. Andrew Hunt, bioweapon, not nature's way, man's way. Rogelio 1. Stalio 2. Justin Jr. Drunk Savage says 1. Brenton Barnes, I was asleep. Polar Bear 4 times. U.S. population. Real Gamer 0. Russian RS 2. D Rest 1. Eric Leshesky K Dub. Brenton Barnes drops to 10. Rye Drive Lily says 1. Seth Sullivan. Flat Earth Deacon. Rogelio Hernandez. And he says 2, sorry, I was traveling. Mike H2, Polar Bear 1, Sean Hart 0, Shannon Stewart, great show, Moss and JBH. Thank you, Shannon Stewart. Moss, Mary Tyson's daughter, says, Drunk Savage, what am I, chopped liver?
But think about it, if I marry her, $10
Then
million.
what happens to me?
What if I marry her, I divorce her real quick, and then we run off, Jesse? Just let me marry her real quick. 10 mil. No? All right, she doesn't want that. All right, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Smash the like. We'll see you tomorrow for fight briefing. Jesse, you pumped up?
I'm pumped up, man.
All right. And if you missed Kaleb Harris and Jason Showers, the interviews, run it back. We had it earlier on the stream, and they were wonderful, wonderful as usual.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.